Hey, I'm Alex Radical from Board Game Co, and we're continuing our adventure into Tanares Adventures. This is a sponsored playthrough from Dragori Games. I'm going through an entire Tanares Adventures campaign. I've already done, well, the first 3 videos in the series. I did a full tutorial walkthrough. I did the first mission, the second mission, and now the third mission. Due to the choose your own adventure nature of this, that means the order of how I engage with this and what quests I do might be vastly different than the quests you do. There's like 100 quests you can go on in this game, and we're only going to really be engaging with around 20 of them, which gives you a ton of variety. But with that, let's go ahead and dive into this. You can catch up. I'll have links down below to everything. This is part of a playlist on YouTube. I highly recommend watching through this so you can get a sense of adventure, especially because I focus more on the rules and talking through what I do in those earlier videos, and less so as I continue to go through this. But let's go ahead and continue this off. Where we left off the last time, we had finished the full city phase. In general, these adventures, they're divided up and everything is timestamped, but they're divided up into the initial quest phase where I choose a quest, I read through the quest text, I make a choice, which is going to be part of the things that determine exactly what I end up facing or what adventure we go on. Then from there, I dive into the actual encounter on the board where we're going to deal with this board, set it up, put the walls in place, the terrain we need, all that stuff, and then finally ending with the city phase where we upgrade our characters. Where we left off last time, I had unlocked a new character who is, what's his name over here? We have over here our new character that we unlocked is, in addition to leveling up various things, we got Nero the Pyromancer over here. In general, when I unlock a new character, I randomize it using some dice and whatnot. I choose a character. I chose Nero the Pyromancer as my new character, although I am not currently playing with him right now. Generally, I want to give myself a little room to breathe and learn characters and adjust before I mix things in and out. But what we are doing is we are proxying in Ascaran the Archangel. He's going to be joining our crew. I don't think I played with him last turn. I'm pretty sure I didn't. I'm pretty sure I did not play with him last adventure. But we are proxying in Ascaran the Archangel over here. He's going to be joining our crew, and he is replacing our orange tactician, who is... we're replacing Ravel Arachne's Madwalker, which is great because I kept messing up her name the entire time, constantly forgetting who she was. But she is great. She is useful. But I'm working around with things. I'm playing around with some character builds to mess things up. That means we're all going to have a bruiser and a tank in play. Normally they have a recommendation of specific character builds, and we're going with a bruiser and a tank. Usually it's a bruiser or a tank, and we are leaving out the tactician entirely. Before we dive into this, actually, I'll give more disclaimers when we get into the actual gameplay stuff. But anyways, disclaimers, just, I said disclaimers, you're going to wonder what that means. Just a bit of things about how I will make mistakes as we play through this. I will miss things. In general, I do my best to catch things, but I also want to keep the video moving, and so I'll miss small things. I'll forget that I have a condition on me. I may not neglect to pay attention to an enemy attack or response. I might neglect to give myself mana when I miss an attack. Things will happen throughout the course of the game. I welcome your comments, corrections, and all those things, both so that viewers who are watching can see the things I missed, and also because it might not be something I missed, it might be something I didn't know, and that helps me do better for future playthroughs. But with that, let's go ahead and dive into this, and we have 3 quests in front of us. We have the Relic Hunters Guild over here, we have Hidden Plans, and we have Counter Espionage. Now, Relic Hunters Guild is actually slightly different. This is a relic adventure. It contains more puzzles on and off the board. Read quest features diligently. It says carefully, which I guess means I failed already. You've learned a great deal about the dark forces behind the undead infestation in Huraden's region, but there are greater, deeper truths to be learned that may be learned as close by as Stravian, or as far as South Yama. And the key to unveil them is a relic obtained in a recent journey. Expectation: learn with Zalor what relics are and how to lockpick your way to the places of most restricted access in the world. Then use your attained knowledge to discover a piece of history that has never before come to light. I do want to do this. I don't know if I'm ready to do this yet. You see, the problem is we have these other quests over here, Hidden Plans and Counter Espionage, and these have, if neglected, consequences. As you go through making choices about the quests you want to engage in, sometimes those quests go away if you don't resolve them, because not everything around you stands still. Time is moving forward. The world around you is moving forward. And so we have Hidden Plans. If neglected, the Kemet may have a secret war plan, and it may remain unknown and unimpeded. After conquering Fisherman's Wharf, the Kemet went quiet, but not inactive. Some Ironhead officers have relaxed, but not Captain Stadura, who fears what the enemy might be preparing in the shadows. Expectations: Stadura needs an elite team to help surveil an operation the Kemet are conducting on the shores of Kjolborn, near the swamps of Audenmoor. Sneak past Kemet defenses and gather much-needed intelligence. Sounds important. We also have Counter-Espionage, our third possible quest. If neglected, the world's most powerful criminal intelligence organization may operate freely in this war and allied with the Kemet. That sounds bad. The Third Eye thrived before the war and are thriving even more after the invasion. So much so that some of its agents and spies became careless enough to ally with pirates and smugglers, notorious bigmouths, to traverse waterways more quickly. They are rumored to meet Kemet lords in a secret location to discuss the terms of an alliance that could greatly harm the resistance. Expectation: head to a town of pirates closely associated with the Third Eye and try to learn what they'll meet the Kemet. If possible, find out what other secrets and plans the Third Eye has for this war. So, Do we care more about the counter-espionage, the Relic Hunters Guild, which I am intrigued with Relic Hunters Guild, although honestly being more of a puzzle-focused quest, I also, in addition to the hesitancy I have but having things go neglected, I also have the hesitancy that it might not work as well as far as a film playthrough. It depends on how the puzzles can be a little interesting because you just spend all the time focusing on a puzzle. So I'm not entirely sure. I do want to do it at some point. I do think I'm going to try not to do it right now. I think I'm going to go with the hidden plans. I am concerned about the Kemet's secret war plans, and so we are going to go with Quest F, hidden plans, which means it's time to grab our giant quest guide. This is it over here. Quest F, no, that's our quest guide. We want the journal, not the quest guide. Quest guide over here, we want hidden plans over here. So we're going to go ahead and flip over here to chapter C, counter espionage. That's the one we're not doing right now. We're going to go to hidden plans, D, E, and I think I skipped F, or nope, that's E. We're going to go to F over here, and here we go. Adventure chapter F, hidden plans. And I'm going to go ahead and read this out for you because that's part of what I'm supposed to do. Hidden plans. Zillier asks you to see Sedura on the outpost. He's worried because many officers are not respecting her authority. You rush there, and at the entrance you come across a group of sergeants whispering. They stop when they see you coming, and let you in freely. Inside you find Sedura meeting with the city's high-ranking officers. Sedura says, an opportunity has arisen. Our scouts report Kemet activity north of Oudenmoor. Several prisoners are loading their ships. There's a strong concentration of Kemet in the area, so we'd better infiltrate and find out what they are planning and save those people without provoking a major confrontation. The officers clearly reject the operation, and Major Harrison says, this is madness. Your inexperience will get us killed. Better we turn a blind eye to this Kemet operation and mourn for those prisoners. Sedura can barely disguise her anger, and the situation is about to escalate to a dangerous level. Dewey, side with Sedura and tell the officers that if nothing is done, soon the Kemet will be everywhere enslaving everyone. Regardless of the officer's opinion, formally address Sedura volunteering for this mission, or fast action mode, which we never choose because it's not as much fun. Do we side with Sedura and tell the officers that if nothing is done, they'll be Kemet everywhere? Or do we, regardless of the officer's opinion, formally address Sedura volunteering for this mission? I think we volunteer for the mission. If we side with Sedura, we might we might push the others to go against her. Versus if we kind of ignore the diplomacy, we're just going to go side with Sedura. Number 3. By addressing Sedura and not officers, you preserve her authority. The officers seem glad to be off the hook, and she looks relieved to have your aid. Good choice, Alex. Then her face grows sterner as she addresses the officer who challenged her. I will not forget your display of insubordination and cowardice. Dismissed! I want you all ready for today's mission. One hero gains a mana cube. We're going to go ahead and give it to our new bruiser, because that seems fun. Why not? Let's go ahead. 4. After the meeting, Sedura asks to talk to you privately. She says, there's a Kemet ship docked in the harbor near the Dead Island archipelago, and there are reports of several undead wandering the area, threatening civilians. I need you to investigate the situation discreetly, as they may retreat if they suspect anything. I will lead a group of soldiers to evacuate the people in danger, and then we will meet and give you the signal. Then we will meet when you give the signal. A soldier enters the room and salutes the captain, who says, this is one of our investigative specialists and will be accompanying you to gather and analyze the information found. He greets you and gives a detailed map of where the operation will take place so that you can plan ahead. Outside the outpost, you meet Major Harrison. My brave heroes, I apologize to you for the situation during the meeting. I invite you to demonstrate your combat skills to my officers at your training camp, as some of them will escort Sedura soon. Are you really good? Or is it just propaganda? Do we accept the Major's invitation to demonstrate your skills, or do we study the map's details and consult Zayla for more information? You'll be better prepared for the mission. I'm weary of demonstrating our skills like proving ourselves. Do we need to prove ourselves? Or do we want to be better prepared for the mission? I think I want to be better prepared for the mission. I don't think I feel the need to demonstrate my skills. You check all the details on the map. And here we have the map over here. This is the map over here. You can pause. I'll give that to you in case you want to pause for any reason. That's going to be the map, which might be relevant to some sort of quest we do in a second. But you check all the details on the map. Each hero makes a vision test, or the eye thingy, which I never remember the stats called. D20 plus hero card plus NPC card. We're going to go ahead and roll all our dice over here, like we usually do, which each of them heroes have their own dice. And we're going to, that is a bad roll. We have that one over there, we got that, and we have that. So, that was an 11 over there. There we go. So, 17, 1, 11, and 11. Each hero makes a test. 17 is a success. Plus 1 to all rolls per Gullick Secrets. Okay. If at least one hero succeeds, you can find the safest routes to travel the region. And we already have a single hero who's already at 17. So that's even before we factor in that they have 5 and plus 3. So they really have 25. So at least one hero succeeded. And that means we can find the safest routes to travel in the region. So we analyzed. We worked together as a team. We figured it out. We're going to put a cube on slot 3 over here to mark that we have found the safest route through the region. You then go to Zayla for help. He says, I know some of the Relic Hunters who operate in this location. Relic Hunters. Where's the Relic Hunters card? I want that Relic Hunters Guild. We want to do that. I know some of the Relic Hunters who operate in this location. They told me that a source of necrotic energy is attracting the undead to the north. If there are Kemet vessels moored in that region, I imagine this information could be linked. Okay, give me a second over here. While you prepare for the mission with Zadura, an officer approaches. Zadura says, Lieutenant Simpson, what do you want? Simpson says, Captain, I would like to join you in this mission. I recognize the great danger you face, and it's my duty to protect my captain or our heroes, even if it costs my life. But Major Harrison did not allow me to accompany you. My captain, is it possible for you to intercede for me? Zadura says, well, since we are short of brave and capable Major Simpson, you've just been promoted to the rank of Major for your display of bravery. Congratulations. However, my team is complete, but you can accompany the heroes if they wish. Do we want Major Simpson? Sure, let's accept Major Simpson's company. He says it's an honor to fight alongside you. I am yours to command. Replace any hero's NPC card by NPC card Major Simpson week 3. So we have to go ahead and go to our NPC pile over here. We have to find a week 3 hero who's going to be Major Simpson. Let's see, week 3, which means we're actually kind of getting a hero ahead of time. We got Major Simpson over here. I'll show you him in a second. Let's put these cards back into our tray that we have off to the side over here. And let's show you Major Simpson, who is now added, gain a companion. It's a companion hero. Okay, so it's going to be a companion hero who has defense 6, move 5, BA range, and reaction 3. What's BA 3 again? I don't remember how that works. BA 3. I have to remember how BA 3 works, but reaction 3, no abilities. It's basic attack. Basic attack. Basic attack is BA. Okay, we're going to go ahead and get Major Simpson. We have to replace one of our NPCs, so give me a second to do that over here, because I didn't want to replace any of my NPCs, but it is nice to have a character. So, gain 1, your max HP is 140. You know what? I can work with that. I'm going to replace Edhel Lisprolis. We're going to put her off to our side, because she's in there. And we're going to put Major Simpson accompanying Dragori the Guardian, and we need to get an actual character for him as well. Okay. So he's going to be a companion, a sniper figure. Where's our sniper figure? We'll find the sniper figure later. We'll do that during the setup part. Okay. Zadura wishes you good luck and will wait for your signal at the location marked on the map. When the moon reaches the 3rd stage, accompanied by the investigator, you go through a portal to the north coast of Outmore. If you have a token on slot 3, which I do, go to 11. Otherwise, keep reading. I go to 11. If you have a token on slot 2 and Major Simpson is your NPC, go to 12. Otherwise, go to 13. So we're going to go to 13. You eventually arrive near where the scouts had spotted the ship. From a hiding spot, you see many enslaved humans working on the docks. They are loading the ship with crates and barrels. One of the barrels falls to the ground and spills its content, revealing food inside. There are strange marks on the side of the barrel. Then you see several undead ambling west, and among them you see living beings. The Kemet capture many of these wandering undead and store them inside the ship. Do we follow the original mission, giving the signal to Zadura, or do we head north to find out what's attracting these undead and save these living people? Otherwise, the Kemet will continue this operation elsewhere. I'm going to follow the original mission. I don't think I can support Zadura and then kind of tangent away from her. So I'm going to go to 14 over there. After you give the signal to Zadura, she approaches, leaving a few crossbowmen in place. She tells you to infiltrate as prisoners while she searches the ship's hold, leaving the soldiers to provide cover. You hide your equipment in some boxes that have fallen to the ground and carry them to the ship, joining the other prisoners. Some of them are lashed by a bizarre Kemet with a second undead head, the ship's captain. The other Kemet call him Crow. The captain yells, "Move along, you sluggards! Better carry those boxes while you're alive, because we'll use your bodies if you die anyways." Hehehe. Splash, he whips. You are piling crepes. To verify how well you pretend to work for the Kemet, players must take turns piling tokens on top of each other, one by one. If players pile at least 8 before it falls, nothing happens. So I'm going to grab my bag of tokens over here. Actually, we have these over here, so we need to gather these tokens over here, and we need to start piling this. So I'm going to go ahead and pile, and granted there's no turn, are going to be 1, 2, 3... Okay, there's no turn here because it's just me over here. 4. We're going to do 5. And then we're going to do 6. And then we're going to do 7. Ah, that's not good. Okay, we fell. That's a fun little minigame. Okay, so we piled 7. If it falls before 8 are piled, you are lashed by the Kemet captain. Each hero takes 6 damage. I hate this game. That dexterity puzzle just cost me 6 damage per hero. We'll have to remember that when we set up because I don't have the hero tokens on the board. I'll put a little token over here to remind myself, just over there. That might remind me. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. It should. You complete the task, and once inside the ship, you see the 2-headed Kemet captain handling some rolled-up documents to a subordinate, who enters the well-guarded gate to the ship's hold. Your ally, the Iron Hand investigator, says, "It's those documents we need." You go to the box where you left your equipment and prepare to create the distraction Zadura needs. Zadura waves to you and gives a signal for the Iron Hand soldiers to fight at the Kemet undead, providing cover for you to free the prisoners. If you don't have, go to 19. As the Iron Hand soldiers attack, mayhem ensues on the deck, and you take the opportunity to free the prisoners while Sadura breaks down the gate to the cargo hold of the ship. Then you surround the Kemet captain, threatening him to surrender. Instead, he gives a loud laugh. Kemet captain says, "You have an incompetent captain, and we have Gulag. Whatever he says happen. We never know how it happens, we just know that it does. Tiran Kasavar!" A dagger made of bones emerges from the shadows and stabs the two-headed Kemet in the chest, killing him instantly. The shadows reveal a beautiful Kemet who commands the others. "What are you waiting for? I will not admit faults that might disappoint our great Captain Gulag. Stop them while I report directly to him." Then the shadows envelop her body, slowly disappearing, looking angrily in your direction. Assign each hero on your team to a specific task. Enter the cargo hold, Sadura. So Sadura's entering the cargo hold. Hero A, climb the ship and throw a rope ladder. Okay, so you have to assign specific tasks. Hero A, climb the ship and throw a rope ladder. Hero B, destroy the helm to prevent the ship from sailing away. Hero C, destroy the ship's boarding ramp to isolate enemies on land. And Hero D, eliminate the Kemet with flares to stop them from calling reinforcement. So, climb the ship and throw a rope ladder to the others. We're going to go ahead and rely on... we're going to go ahead and have them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take their dice and put Hero A as the highest. Okay, we're just going to do Hero A is, highest, that representing that they are A, I guess, maybe. Hero B, destroy the helm to prevent the ship from sailing away. I think we want to go with the highest level of attack here, which, honestly, there's no huge level of attack, but we're going to go with Asgard, the Archangel over here. So we're going to put him as Hero B. So we're going to put him as 18. Why 18? Because it's lower than 20. Hero C, destroy the ship's boarding ramp to isolate enemies on board. I don't know if there's any clear reason why I should choose one hero or another, but I'll choose, we're going to choose you, 16 over here for that. Let's go to 15. There we go. And then Hero D, eliminate the Kemet with flares to stop them from calling reinforcements. We'll put 14. And then we're going to go to 27 and see how well we fared. Check each hero and make the following ability tests. Whenever a hero fails, 9-, that hero gains 1 distracted token. So, Hero A has to climb the ship. So, Hero A is going to be testing that stat over there. D20 plus hero card. They need a 10 plus success. So, we're going to roll. And we got a 12 with plus their, a 5 plus their 3. They totally achieve that test. If hero succeeds, the hero gains 2 empower tokens. So, we're going to get 2 empower tokens. We're going to put them down onto you over here. You know what? I'm going to put these down over here as reminders on the board so I can track them over here. So there we go, 2 empower tokens. Hero B, destroy the helm. Test Hero B is going to be this one, and they have to test that attribute, which they have 7 of. Okay, so they're testing that, and they're going to roll, and they have 7 plus 7, which already means 10 plus success, so they're great, they're good to go. Plus 2 if there's a slot 3. The hero gains 1 protected token. So we got Retribution on that one. Hero C is destroy the ship's onboard boarding ramp. Test that attribute. So we're going to test their 1 plus 4 is 5. And they're going to add to that a 14. So they definitely passed that with flying colors. If the hero succeeds, before the quest begins, remove the Reaper figure closest to Sadura. So I'm going to put a token down as a reminder. Remove the Reaper figure closest to Sadura. And then lastly, Hero D, eliminate the captain with flares. Test their 2. They just have a 2 right now. And they're going to roll a 5, which is 7. So they have 7. If this hero is a shooter, they're not. Plus 2 if this hero has fire in their card. Fire can increase the damage dealt to it. Fire in their card. Does it mean literally fire? Has fire in their card. I'm going to say they have fire in their card because they have. This card, I'm not sure if it means literal fire, but there's definitely fire there. So assuming it means literal fire, I'm going to go with that. So it's going to be plus 2. So we have 5 plus 2. That's going to be 9, which I think we're still going to fail. If hero succeeds, nope, they did not unfortunately succeed. So we missed that one. Go to quest capped guide. Go to the quest guide instead of quest 7. Oh Captain, my Captain. So let's go ahead and grab the quest guide and see what that looks like. It's going to be quest 7. Oh Captain, my Captain. And let's find it over here. Here we go. Oh Captain, my Captain. We have to deal with this quest over here. Oh, okay, fine. Okay, this is the quest we have over here, and we're gonna go ahead and set this up, and then we'll continue. And with that, we're all set up and ready to go. This quest has a bunch of fun rules we're going to go ahead and get into, so let's start going into this. This is Oh Captain, my Captain. You manage to onboard a docked Kemet ship. Sadura, who embarked through another entrance, needs to battle from the shadows, sneaking through undead portals to steal the hidden ship plans and its navigational technology. You can help from afar by killing enemy troops and causing a distraction. So first of all, the primary objective is that Sadura gets the hidden ship plans before her health points run out. So Sadura needs to move down over here. We got Sadura down over here. She needs to move around over here through this door and get the hidden ship plans, which are those before her HP runs out. Meanwhile, if you lose, then we're going to read the various effects. We'll deal with that. We also have an extra challenge. The Sidura has at least 40 health points or more and at least 8 mana cubes when you win the quest. We'll explain how that works shortly. The basic idea is we have Sidura on a little side quest going through this area while we're navigating through this area, and then this area over here. To that end, Sidura needs mana cubes in order to operate, which means we need to expend mana cubes, which means we need to earn mana cubes in order to do so. By earning mana cubes, we're going to use them. When we spend them, we'll take them from our pool, and instead of them moving back here, we'll instead put them down over here where Sidura can use them on her turn, doing the end of round phase. Sidura is going to wander around the board over here. So what she's going to do is she's going to act using the mana cubes that we have. She can move 2 spots per cube spent. So for example, she can go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 over here. 4, 4, 2 cubes. She can also spend 2 cubes to remove any one undead patrol. Any of these enemies over here, she can remove. There would be an extra one set up over here, but because we remove the closest Reaper, because of, you know, how well we did in the first scenario, we can avoid that. So whenever she spends 2 cubes, she can kill somebody. So effectively, she can move with cubes, she can kill with cubes. They don't have any health points. Past that, whenever we spend them, we put them back onto our player boards and we can use them again. And at the end of Sidura's action, each undead patrol with vision to her can run to her and deal 10 damage. So we have to try to keep her health we have to keep her health up. We have to be mindful that these enemies over here, if Sidura's over here, for example, and this enemy will just run to her and deal 10 damage, so we have to kind of run around corners and desperately attack them, assassinating the various enemies. And that's going to be particularly tricky over here, because in order to actually get this chest reminder over here, if she's within 1 of this barrel and no undead patrol has line of sight to the barrel, which right now they all do, so all of these enemies have line of sight, which means she's gonna have to run around over here and try to either draw them towards her or specifically run around killing them. But she can spend 4 mana cubes to go ahead and take the plans if she's within 1 and no one else has line of sight. That's the basic idea. Past that, we have our chests in play, which are going to be our, you know, our health points, or our first aid that we can cash in, so we can use those, earn those. And that is basically everything you need to know for right now. I think we're going to have each hero gaining 3 mana cubes to start off. So everyone has 3 mana cubes in their pool. So we're going to add that mana cube back over here, because that should be there. We're going to put this one down over here. And then past that, we placed our enemies out already. We're going to read 7.1 in the journal shortly. And then at the end of, if they're at another round, all enemies are dead, then we'll go ahead and read event number 1. And I feel there's one more thing we're supposed to be doing. We're supposed to be subtracting 6 health because we stacked barrels poorly and got lashed. And we also subtract 5 more health because we're playing with the house rule. We are going to have all our specials, but that means we're going to be starting 5 health down. So every one of our heroes is going to be down 11 health. So 70 down to 59 over here. We have 65 down to 54 over here. And we have this guy over here from 55 down to 44, and then lastly we have 60 down to 49 over here. Those are going to be our heroes starting with less health, and I still feel there's one more thing that I haven't done, but I don't know what it is exactly. So we did the Reapers over here. We're good on that. We have some tokens in play, so we're good on that. I think we're good to go. Why do I feel like I'm forgetting something? I don't know. Let's go ahead and take our turn. Let's go ahead and start this off. Let's take our turn. We are going to, we have to read 7.1 in the journal. That's what we have to do. So I did forget something, which is 7.1 in Quest 7, Oh Captain, My Captain. Let's find it over here. Quest 7. We have Quest 5. And Quest 6, Quest 7, Oh Captain, My Captain. Sidura snuck into the cargo hold to search for enemy documents. Some dead bodies have already been reanimated and are drawn to the noise from the upper deck. If she can stay out of their sight, she can sneak by and kill them undetected. If you have a token in slot 3, then thanks to the map you took the best route. Each hero may charge 1 skill token and move 2 before the quest begins. That's useful. Each hero can charge 1 skill token and move 2. So let's find the skill tokens we want to charge over here, because these are going to be the tokens we can roll them over. I think we'll go ahead and do this one over here, because there's no terrain to benefit from, so that's going to be better there. Deal 2 damage to spell, heal 3 hero, protected. We'll go ahead and just get rid of that over there. We're going to charge this one, pull 6 an enemy. That could be useful. I think we'll go ahead and just get rid of this one over here. We're going to charge that, and then we'll charge heal 6, move an ally 2. Let's go ahead and move that. Done. We've charged a skill token for each, and we also may move everyone 2, which won't necessarily help us as much as we'd like, but it can help us a little bit. So let's go ahead and move these each 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then 1, 2. Now I should go ahead and read some stats over here, because we also have our ally cards in play that we need to remember, which also means we're going to have the Captain Major Simpson's going to be in play. So if to gain a companion, we're going to put his card down over here to remind us of our stats. And I'm going to just choose a random character, not completely random, because I want to find a character I can use over here. But let's go ahead and grab I don't even know. Let's grab one of these characters over here because they're supposed to officially use a sniper figure, but I don't want to try to find a specific character, so we're just going to go ahead and use this character because I have one of these available. And so this character is going to be in play. So we have a companion in play over here, and then we are also going to start a quest, move 6 and deal 7 to a villain within one of you. So that's going to be our stat over here. We have Yagra of the Poltergeist. Start a quest, move 6 and deal 7 to a villain in front of you. So we want to take out all these guys. I think if we can control the board, we're going to go down over here and we're going to take that one out. And so we're going to deal 7 damage to that guy, which means he's going to go down 55 to 48, which is a little helpful. That's a start of quest effect over there. And then we have over here, change level 0 to attack. We did that already. And then gain 1 or 2 empowered tokens. Ooh. Do I want 2 empowered tokens to deal damage, or do I want another mana cube because those can help? I'll take the mana cube. I'll take the mana cube over here. We're going to take the mana cube and slot that in, so we have lots of mana cubes to spend, and those are going to be our allies in play that we have effectively used. So we're going to slide them to the back over here, and then continue our adventure. Now, with that, we haven't moved all our characters out. I apologize. Let's go ahead and move all our characters up over here. So we're going to move this one, another over there. We're going to start. This one's going to slide up. We have 1, 2. Oh, no, we did move up. We did move everyone up. Okay. So we are all good as far as the characters go, which means now it's time to actually start finally taking our turns. We have the Iron Hand Outpost. We're going to attack baddies. We need to take a look. This guy's going to attack the furthest hero, which means if we attack him, he'll run past, but he has range. He has range, which is the tricky part. Because he has range, he'll shoot the furthest hero, but that means that because it's adjacent to him, he'll still get attacked. So that's still good. He'll still take a attack of opportunity, effectively. But he blasts 6 heroes within 1 of the target. That's tricky. That is tricky. We need to be careful about that. So to that end, we could go ahead. I could do that. That might be useful. So what I think we'll do, there's no terrain damage in this quest over here, which is actually tough. I've been using Avalon the Wizard to throw people into terrain damage, but we don't have any terrain damage in this quest, which means he's going to be less helpful than he normally is. This is an opportunity where you can actually build your team around the heroes you have. That would be more helpful if I knew the scenario I was going to be engaging in. But to that end, what we're going to do is we're going to have Avalon take the first turn regardless, possibly, or should we try Ascaron the Archangel? At the start of your turn, there's at least 1 enemy within 2 of you. Pay 3 HP to heal 7 an ally. I can work with that. So, we're going to take Ascaron first over here. Ascaron's going to take his turn. He's going to attack this guy over here. To that end, he's going to, at the start of your turn, there's at least 1 enemy within 2 of you, which there is. So we're going to pay 3 HP. We have to lower our HP nodule over here. 1, 2, 3. We're going to heal 7 an ally. We're going to bring 44 to 51 up here. There we go. Okay, matching nicely. That's going to be our trigger over here. And then we have a card that we need to take an action to actually do whatever we need to do. You move 5, make a basic attack against another enemy. That's a power leap. That is a fun card to be useful. That gives us a lot of flexibility. We have over here, we have Hour of Destruction. Whenever an ally hits a strike, it deals damage. We have Holy Light. These are all over here. Drawback, take 10 damage. That's going to be an interrupt. Choose an ally. This ally is toughened and blessed. Celestial Armor is not bad to get out early. Choose an ally within 5 squares. While you're alive, this target is toughened and blessed. If you die and revive, the effect will be activated. I think we're going to go ahead and do Celestial Armor right now. We're going to start with Celestial Armor to try to get, Grigori, toughened and blessed. So we're going to start with Celestial Armor. We're going to roll our die. We're rolling against a defense of 6 over here. Defense of 6, and we need to go ahead and hit that. And we got an 11. So we hit our damage over there. We did damage against him. We did 20 damage against him. That's going to bring his health down from 48 down to 28 over here. We also could use some of our abilities right now, which I think let's go ahead and use an ability. Why not? Let's deal 5 damage more and knock you down to 23. That brings you down, and we're going to choose a target, and we're going to choose Grigori, who's going to be permanently toughened and blessed throughout the rest of the encounter, which will help us out a lot. Now, additionally, we also have allies' turns, which is where we should be spending our cubes to help Sidura wander around the board. To that end, I don't need to add to the roll. I could pay 10 HP. That's the wrong turn. Move 2, you move 2. I don't know if it's going to be helpful as much. Okay, so what we're going to do is right now is we're going to have this enemy activate. I don't want him to activate. I want him to be hurt and damaged and dead. But we'll figure it out. So what we're going to do is we're going to start over here, and we're going to have you activate. This person could run up and become the target, which is not bad, actually. So she's going to attack the person's furthest, but they have Blast 6, which is the thing I need to be wary of. So what we're going to do with that is we're going to start by having this person pay 4 HP. So we're going to pay 4 HP. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 down to 47. We're going to make a basic attack, rolling at a 6 plus, rolls doing 8 damage on a 5 plus over here. And we have a 15, so we do 8 damage against this guy over here, bringing him down to 23 to 15. And we're going to cash in our bow over here to deal another 5 damage, which brings you down to there. And then we're also going to have you over here. You have 8 reaction damage. So if I can deal anything else, can I do anything else over here? I will do, before roll 1 to 5, I don't have enough to deal a drop more. We'll have the green person do, okay, so the green person is going to spend a cube. So this cube was spent over here, which means it needs to go on this card. This cube was spent over here, which means we're going to activate this ability over here. Pay 5 HP, heal 4 an ally, and then deal 4 to an enemy. So we're going to deal 4 to that enemy, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're going to heal 5 an ally, which means we are going to, you know what, honestly, this one's supposed to do 6 damage more because his attack is empowered, so that should really forget that ability here. Instead, we're going to go ahead and have you go from where were you at? You're at 10 down to 6, brings you down to 4, which is fine. And then what's going to happen next is you're going to go ahead and try attacking, but you'll be attacked by a reaction attack. This guy's going to do reaction damage against you because you're attacking somebody remote, which means you're going to die. Which means all of us will charge 1 cube, which is a pretty solid first turn to straight up take a guy out before he can deal any damage whatsoever. This guy's gone, and this guy's gone as well. I am comfortable with how that went. Okay, that's not a bad first move. So we have this person done over here. We can slide his cards back, and now it's time for the next person to take a turn. Or we could put a cube in them to mark them as activated, which is what I usually do. So we're going to do that, and we're done over there. You also have a protective token, which is helpful too. But then past that, next turn over here, and we need to deal with the spy, the violent spy over here. He's going to go ahead and no other heroes within 1 of the target. That's interesting. Target with the most HP would be over here, Dragori. So if you deal damage to target with the most HP. So I think we do want to go ahead and take this guy out. So we're going to have our Nyx Succubus of Greed is going to attack this spy as well right now. Will that work? The most HP? No, we need to get somebody else a little closer so that we can deal with reaction damage. Because I want to get the reaction damage in play. So can I deal with moving any allies? I don't know if I can move an ally, which is slightly tricky. Pay 2, heal an ally. It's hastened, heal 7. I don't have the ability to move an ally, which is tricky because I want to move an ally. Or I can move the target. I'm going to move the target. So what we're going to do is we're going to move the target over here. So we're going to use Avalon the Wizard is going to go ahead and attack this person. Target is 4 or more away from you from the first hit of your turn. So you're going to walk backwards 1, which is going to be able to hit you with that person. So now you're 4 or more away. We're going to resolve an attack against you. We have to choose an actual attack. All combatants in the 3x3 area is not good enough right now. We can push to the target, which is unnecessary. Target is distracted. That's not bad. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's do distracting shot over here. Okay, we're going to go ahead and just do distracting shot. So we'll take this ability over here. We're going to attack this person on a defense roll of 7. And we got a 1, a critical failure, which is about as what you'd expect over here. It's critical failure, so we missed. We still do our residual damage, so we're still going to go ahead and do our 5 residual damage against this character over here. So we're going to go from 55 down to 50. And the reason that's particularly annoying is because right about now, I want to knock him back over here in order to be able to have him take reaction damage when he does not attack him, which unfortunately won't happen anymore. So there's that. He will take some reaction damage from my ally, but I believe the reaction damage is only 3, unfortunately. So distracting shot was a complete miss, unfortunately. That's done. Can I do anything to modify that? I don't believe so. Not enough, at least. So yeah, it is what it is. Anyways, that's going to be his attack over there, completely wasted, which means it's time to go ahead and have this enemy activate. He's going to go ahead and move closer to be able to attack this guy. He'll take 3 reaction damage from our ally, from Major Simpson. So 3 reaction damage, 1, 2, 3, down to 47. And then additionally, he'll go ahead and attack now, and he's attacking against this person over here. Is there anything we can do to make the attack less likely to hit? We can make it basic attack, we can run 5 to the target. Not a ton we can do to make the attack less likely to hit. Not a ton we can do. I could do that on an ally's turn. Oh, interesting, I could do that on an ally's turn. It's too late now. I'm not going to bother doing this, but I do like the idea of it. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and have him attack. The defense stat of Sedura, of Dragori, is going to be an 8 defense. So we're going to roll the enemy die against an 8, and we got a 16. He successfully will deal 17 damage to him over here. Although we are going to go ahead, in fact, Grigori should have +5 over here because of the equipment we have. So we should have +5 over there. And that means you are shielded 6. After the attack resolves, move for the attacker. I don't think that's going to be a particularly beneficial thing right now, so we're just going to leave that as is. So we're going to take all 17 damage, and no other heroes with one of the targets, so the trigger will not trigger. So we take 17 damage, going from 64 down to 59 down to 49. That's going to be a chunk of damage dealt over there. Which means now it's next to our turn. We've activated that enemy over here. We've activated our shooter, Avalon the Wizard, which means now it's time we can actually activate Grigori over here. Enemy starts a turn within one of you and declares an attack. Oh, that could have been helpful, but that didn't actually happen, so we don't have control over that. But we could try to go ahead and control for that by trying to deal with this person over here. So we're going to have Grigori wander. Ooh, Grigori have to sidestep and move. Can Grigori try to do that? We can pull 6 the target. I don't know if that will work. Grigori, I want Grigori. Let's see what Grigori's cards are, because effectively I want to get Grigori to attack him, but I don't want to take damage from them, which could be doable. It won't be doable with that. So we have to go ahead, add roll, deal 2 damage, pull 6, move to an ally. That's his turn. So if we have Grigori go last, we should be able to do this. I think. Yeah, I think we should be able to do this. So here's what we're going to do over here. Okay, we're going to have Nyx over here is going to activate instead. So Nyx is going to activate first, and Nyx is going to try to heal Grigori, I think, because why not? So we can ignore a villain, we can do a damage, choose an ally. Whenever it regains HP, a hero heals 4. Probably should have done that out of order, not going last. So I'll do that next turn. Move 3 an ally. Oh, that works. Okay, we're going to do Life Tithe over here. So Life Tithe is going to be, we're going to go ahead and attack an enemy. So we'll attack this person here because I want to hit that person who's not been activated. We're rolling against a defense of 7. And we're rolling our green die. And we're doing Life Tithe, which is an 8 damage, 8 square, 8 ranges, 7 damage plus effects. And we got a 13, which is enough to hit. So 13 is going to be enough to hit. We'll deal 7 damage against them, which is going to bring you down from 47 down to 40. And then we can move 3 an ally. So we're going to move 3, which is going to ignore the reaction damage because of the way that works, because I'm moving him outside his turn. And then we choose you or an ally heal 6, or both of you heal 4. Let's do both 4. So we're going to go ahead and give Grigori 4 healing, as well as myself, bringing us both up from 49 to 53 over there. And then that is going to be the effect over here. Anything else we can do? We could go ahead and use our bow. Why not? Let's bring our bow out and play. That's going to be another 5 damage against this guy over here. So we're going to go down from 40 to 35. That's our bow. This card is gone. And is there anything else I can do on an ally's turn? I can add to the attack roll, which is unnecessary. I can deal 10 damage. It's not necessary. I think we're good. I think we're good. I can do is I'm going to go ahead and spend this token over here to activate this ability. Start of turn, this ally loses 4 movement points, so I won't move, and an enemy takes 4 damage. I'll have you take another 4 damage from 35 down to, you know what, honestly, I should be having you take the additional damage. This other person, because they have too much health. No. Yeah, I'll take 4 damage. 4 damage over here, 31. Okay, great. That's that. And then I could activate other abilities. I don't know if I'm ready to do so yet, but I should. I should do so. I'm going to go ahead and have the Bruiser. This is tough. I will have the Bruiser activate as well. Bruiser is going to pay 10 HP and a mana cube. So 10 HP on the Bruiser. We're going to go down from 51 down to 41. And we're going to just deal 10 HP to this guy down here. 31 down to 21. That's that ability on an ally's turn. We can deal 2 damage to the enemy and dispel, but I don't want to do that. And so we are done there. Which means he's not going to activate because he already went. And Nyx activated, and most importantly, Nyx set up Grigori to be next to this character here, which will minimize their effect as far as what they can do. Which means now it's time for Grigori to do their action. Grigori is going to do an action over here, and they have their stronger attack. You take 4 residual damage, snack can never be regained. You are tough in 3. I like the idea of being tough in 3. I like the idea of Grigori just being a powerhouse who takes all the hits, which because I have taunt is already something that's going to be useful. So I'm going to do focus stance over here. I'm going to attack this person over here. 2 squares, 14 damage. So I'm going to deal 14 damage against this this yellow person over here, which means I'm rolling against a 6+ over here. And we got a 14. 14 for 14 damage. That's nice over there. So we are going to successfully deal the 14 damage. So we're going to lower him from 65 down to 51 over here. Then we could go ahead and power up our attack with 5. Let's go ahead and do that. I'm spending these faster than I should. I'm not being situationally aware, but it's all good. It's all good. So 46. Then we are tough in 3. So we are now toughened and blessed. So that's pretty good. And expand your passive trigger to 2, which is also helpful. And then, because of that, he is going to try to attack or deal with Grigori, and he's going to attack the hero with the least HP, which is going to be, well, this person here. Now, he has to go ahead and get there, which means he's going to go ahead and take reaction damage just by moving around to try to get line of sight. So he's going to take the reaction damage from Grigori, which is going to be another 6 damage against him, from 46 down to 40. That's going to be the reaction damage there. And then, before roll, I could spend my ability here to run to the target and become the target of the attack, which I think makes sense. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. We have our abilities charging. We're going to go ahead and spend a cube over here, which is going to give Sidura more cubes to work with. We're going to flip this and run to the target, which is just going to put us over here. So we're just going to run there. We're already there. And then we are going to become the target of its attack if it can attack you, which it can. And so now it's going to attack us, and it's going to, if another hero is within 2 of the target. You know, I think I'm going to actually move one step further away so that no heroes within 2 of the target. That will help over here. And so we're going to go ahead and have this character now attack Grigori, and they're going to roll against an 8 defense. 8 defense over here, and I'm also shielded for and toughened and blessed. Okay, toughened and blessed every single turn. That's pretty solid. We're going to roll, so we need to get lower than an 8 ideally. We got a 19, at least it's not a critical, so we will be taking the 13 damage plus effects. What we're going to do is we're going to do 13 damage, negated by 4, negated by 3, negated by 3. That's going to be a total of 10, so we're only taking 3 damage because of how much of a powerhouse Grigori is. So 3 damage against Grigori is going to put us down to 1, 2, 3. That's going to be the result of that attack. Now, it's also the enemy's turn, so there's a few things we can do, which we probably should do, because we want to spend as many cubes as possible to be able to bring things into play. Also, if we can kill everyone at the end of the full turn, we can start doing things already. Is there a timer on the round? I don't think there's a timer on the round inherently. The timer on the round is, I don't think so. There's no bad things happening at the end of the round. We just activate Sidura's turn. So to that end, let's see what else we can activate. We can go ahead and spend this cube over here, which is helpful to spend that. We're going to spend that cube over here to go ahead and deal 3 damage. In fact, we probably don't want to spend too many cubes. So we're going to go have an enemy take 3 damage. We're going to flip this token over here, and we're just going to have this person go down 1, 2, 3. The goal being that we should be able to do a single damage attack and take them out. We're going to pay 5 HP. So we're going to lower this guy over here, pay 5 HP, heal 4 and a hero, and deal 4 damage to an enemy. So we're going to flip that. So we're going to again deal 1, 2, 3, 4, and heal 4 hero. Let's heal you 1, 2, 3, 4. You'll need that extra healing to be able to bring that into play. We're going to have you paying 4 to do a basic attack. An 8 range basic attack is only 8 damage. Can we take you out if we do that? I mean, we could, if we do a basic attack and do 8 damage, bring you from 14 down to 6. 6 would not be enough to really help us. What do we need? 9 damage. Not enough. Not enough. Okay, well, we'll hold off for right now. I think we'll hold off for right now. I think we can hold off. Yeah, we're fine. Okay, that means all the things have been done. We've activated all the enemies, except the target gains 1 distracted token, and then flee 3 if this enemy did not move this turn. But the enemy did move this turn, so it will not flee 3, but we will give a distracted token down to Dragori over here to remind ourselves that he is, well, distracted as he takes his next roll. And that's a round. That's a round. We have a bunch of cubes to activate. Right about now, we're going to go ahead and activate Sidura's turn. So let me just double check the rules to make sure I go through this correctly as I do. But Sidura can spend a cube to move 2. So we're going to spend this first cube to be able to return it to the pool, and that's going to be a cube spend. She's going to move 1, 2. Then she can again spend another cube. We'll make sure that yellow has a cube back and go 1, 2. We are then going to go ahead and spend these 2 cubes over here to be able to just slaughter this guy over here. So this guy's dead right now. You do not get cubes from slaughtering them, unfortunately. Then spends 2. Assassinate is only once per turn. Oh. Interesting. That is tricky. You need to be mindful of how that operates. We're going to go ahead. I think we'll stay things as are then. I don't think we need to mess things around. Next round, we're going to spend 1, 2. Or 1, 2. 1, 2. We can't cross that, so we're going to spend 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. That's tricky, and then we're going to have to go ahead and do that. As far as opening a door, I don't know if it specifies. I don't know if it specifies how the door operates. Moves to and or assassinate. I'm not sure if it specifies. We may have to kill some stuff and see what happens as we go through it. Anyways, that is Sidura's first turn, and that's the end of the round, which means we go to the next round. Top of the round. Top of the morning to you. So, we're going to go ahead and continue the round, although removing all the cubes from the various people so that they are ready to activate as we go through it. Back to things happening. we want to try to take out the targets. We want to try to take out the enemies. We have a lot of flexibility right now. We also could go ahead and have them charge. When we expend all our cubes, that is helpful-ish, I guess. It gives us the opportunity to get things back. And so we're going to try to take down the enemies without losing anything right now. We want the enemies to not even activate against us at all. We want complete control of the battlefield. To that end, the thing we're going to start with is I did not take a turn with him. I should do that last turn. So he has a ranged attack, although I don't know as much he can do. He could have attacked this guy. Basic attack 3. So it's a basic attack. We're going to roll against this guy, and we'll roll the neutral die. He's a defensive 7. And it's a 16, which means 1, 2, 3. That's his basic attack. You can go ahead and do that. The companions are very basic that you have, the little companion allies you have. But that 3 is actually enough to matter right now. That 3 is actually enough to matter. Okay. What we're going to start with is we are going to start by having Dragori target this guy over here. I think we're going to target that person. The Dragori does not have the most HP, does he? Dragori has close to the most HP. We can give him a little more HP. So, if we start, if there's at least one enemy within 2 of you, interesting. So I think what we'll do is we're going to start Dragori's turn. We want to take this guy out straight away. And we could do that with even almost a basic attack because we have a reaction of 8. So what we can do is we can have the companion activate. If the companion activates, and then we activate this, that should work. So, companion's going to activate. We're going to attack this person to do 3 damage. Okay? We're going to roll, and we got an 18. That's going to be 3 damage. 1, 2, 3. Now, before we can activate, on the companion's turn, we're going to spend a cube, which will go down over here, and we'll pull an enemy 6. Okay? We're going to have the bruiser do that. So, the bruiser is going to go 1, 2. At this point, this person is going to try to walk away from the bruiser to be able to deal damage to the highest hero. The highest health hero is this one. And as soon as he walks away, it's going to trigger the 8 reaction damage, meaning he's basically going to die. And we will all generate a cube into our mana pools. Okay, that's an effective turn over here. This guy's dead and gone. I'm dead and gone. I'm dead and gone. So that's the first round done. Not first round done, first character done. We still need to deal with this other person over here, and this is where it's a little trickier because we need to, well, actually deal with him. To that end, we could also, on the villain's turn, because we can activate that in our turn, on the villain's turn we're going to activate this and activate this, which means this is going to go down over here. We're going to spend 10 health and go down from 45 to 35 and knock this person down from 40 down to 30. That's going to be our 10 damage attack over here. I don't know why I did that. I apologize, that was the wrong thing. I go back to 45. And I go back to 40, but I am doing a basic attack against this person. So I'm going to roll for basic attack against a defense of 6, which means a defense of 5, and it's a basic attack doing 8 damage. We got 4. Okay, so that's a 4, which is not enough to hit it, but that's where we'll spend 1 from you, which is going to work beautifully, to pay 3 HP and add to the attack roll. So we're adding to the attack roll. We're going to be adding 3 to the roll, which making this a 7, which is enough to hit. We do have to spend 3 HP, so 1, 2, and 3. And that means that's going to be a success, which has a few effects. The first effect is that over here, we are now doing our basic attack damage of 8 to this person, bringing him down to 32. The second effect is because this person has triggered all of their abilities, we're going to spawn these back over here, and you're going to deal 9 damage to an enemy, which means we're going to ping the guy for a total charge. We're going to ping the guy with another 9, down from 32 down to 23. So that brings him down even further. So that was overall a very solid turn. That's before, that's still on the last enemy's turn. We haven't even taken the next turn over here. So we have taken a turn with nobody. We've taken a turn with the basic character, with the companion. So we've done no turns on our end, really, and we have to do turns with the enemies now. No, we did the enemy. Okay, great. We got our action cubes, which means now we can take an action against that person, which means now we need to figure out what is going to be the most effective way to destroy him. To that end, I want to have our shooter in play, because the shooter can make an extra basic attack. So ideally, I want to have Dragori going to resolve an attack. So Dragori is going to take an attack over here, and Dragori is going to go ahead and Dragori's going to do, we want an attack that's going to hurt him enough. Okay. We'll do this one over here. One enemy. Enemies take +3 damage whenever they hit by attack with mob or focus. That is a cool card. I think we're just going to resolve Champion's Charge over here. So we're going to resolve Champion's Charge. We're going to go 1, 2 over here. And we're going to have, we're going to attack this person. So moving 3. And we did move 3. We're going to do 12 damage plus effect. So we're going to roll against that person, which means we need to roll against a 6 defense over here. and we got a 19, which was a 20. We're going to do 12 damage, so this guy's going to go from 23 down to 11, and then we're protected if we need to, which is overkill given what we have over here. But that's neither here nor there, because we also have to reduce this by 3, but that doesn't matter because we got more than enough on that. But now we need to bring you down from 11 down to 0. And there's a few ways we can do so, but we need to think this through as we go through it, because we're operating all on the enemy's turn. Also, I forgot, we also did this ability over here, so we need to unleash your tokens, you heal 9. So this guy's going to heal 9 from 45 to 54. That's going to be very helpful, and that's all those tokens charged back up. And we need to kill this person, which means, well, we want to kill this person. We don't need to kill the person, but it will help us to do so, which means we need to bring you down 11 more health. To do that, what we could do is we can go ahead and, what are the ways we can bring him down? He's going to try to attack somebody not next to him anyway. He's attacking the hero with the lowest HP, so he's anyways going to take the reaction damage of Dragori, which means he's going to take 6 damage. So we only need to bring him down 5. How can we bring him down by 5? We've already used all our attacking abilities there. So can we bring him down by 5? We can do so if we make a basic attack with this guy. So 4 HP is going to be a basic attack. That's enough to do it. It's more than we need. Can we do less than that? Not easily. So we're going to go ahead and have this person spend 1 cube to make a basic attack. Okay, and so we're going to make a basic attack over here and then pay 4 HP. 1, 2, 3, 4. And it's going to attack this person here, which means we are rolling against a defense of 6, and we got an 8. Beautiful. That's going to be enough to deal the 8 damage to him, bringing him down to 3. Which also means that when he activates now, he's going to activate trying to attack somebody and take the immediate reaction damage and drop down to 0 and die. These characters should all be dead. I don't know why I haven't taken them off the map over here. But that guy's dead. He falls apart, and we can gain mana cubes, but the problem is many mana cubes are already locked up on this pool, so we don't even get the benefit of the mana cubes, but we do get the benefit of not being attacked. And also, we're going to read an event at the end of the round. That was going to be Dragori's turn. That was Dragori's turn. That's all we do on Dragori's turn, which means we can now activate everyone else's turns. We're just going to move you all to the door as much as possible. One, to take a full double action to get to the door, so that's all fine. We'll put you behind over there. And then we have this one character here who has a movement. No, he activated already. He already activated. He can't. That's going to be these guys. We go to the end of the round. We have Sidura activate. We're going to go ahead and have Sidura spend a cube to go back over to the pool and go 1, 2. Another cube back to the pool to go 1, 2. Another cube back to this pool and to go 1, 2. Spending 2 cubes to go ahead and execute this person, putting that back in play and that back in play. And this guy's over dead over here. There's no line of sight. Able to walk in, swoop in, kill that person. That's going to be Sidura continuing her little stealth-based activities as she wanders around the map. And then we go to reading the end of round. Start event 1. After killing all combat sailors, you find a mechanism that opens all locked doors from the ship, revealing more fools for you and Sidura. Remove the big and small red doors. That's going to be this door over here, as well as this door over here. So we now have the opportunity to actually mess with this situation over here. This Reaper is there, which is important for line of sight rules. Then we are going to go ahead and guard 3, place Archer, so placing new enemies in play. So if you give me a second, I'm going to go ahead and place these. I'm going to go ahead and place these enemies over here into play. So I'm going to place these guys onto the board. We have everyone set up over here, and now we're going to continue our quest until we kill the next 3 batches of these people, or until we get our accomplished goal. Because ultimately, the primary goal is Sidura gets the hidden ship plans. It feels like everything else is secondary. Like, I don't even think I need to end up in this room from what I can see, unless I'm missing something. I don't see a reason why I'd have to. The barrel's there. We just need to get our mana cubes spent, which is the biggest tricky. The economy we're working with is getting our mana cubes spent so we can actually get them out over there and take them out of the pool. So that's going to be what's going to happen over there, which means we go ahead and take our next turn because the doors are open. We have 3 new enemies in play. We have a Berserker Mystic over here, a Spy Guardian over here, and then an Archer Violent person over there. So that's what we got. A Violent Archer. Violent Archer. All archers are violent. Just depends on how much they actually are. From there, we're going to go ahead and figure out the next steps of our moves. This guy, the Berserker Mystic, is going to try to attack the furthest person from him, which means he's going to move his movement to 5, trying to get past over here. If we can give him a target, he'll try to run past and try to deal damage. So that's one opportunity we have in front of us. From there, so 1, 2, 3, we can actually do that. Let's go ahead and move up. So we'll move up our Retribution Bruiser, although we need to be able to do that. If we want to move the Retribution Bruiser, we have to be able to move him 1, 2. So we're actually going to start with this person here, who should have line of sight to this guy. We do. He's going to attack the hero with the most cubes, which means he'll attack him or him. And either way is something we can work with, I think. So let's do that. We're going to use our archery person over here. We are going to move first, because I think it does benefit us in general. So if we do that, he attacks the hero with the most cubes. He runs through. I think it all kind of works-ish, maybe. Let's figure it out. So we will walk up over here. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to move there. We have the opportunity to move the target, but we're not doing any terrain damage. There's no terrain damage in this area here, which changes our economy. But what we can do is we don't have a 3x3 grid over here to work with, which would be very cool to just take them out. We can't have the counter spell over here. We could do that. We could do the shockwave. Up to 2 enemies, 16 damage, and maybe a number of targets hit up to 3 squares each. Again, I don't think it really strongly helps us. That violent archer is really the most annoying person. What's this guy going to do? If this enemy moved 2 or less and didn't sidestep, but you are going to move at least 2, because you're going to be attacking the person with the most cubes, which could be green. So that would work. So let's do this. We're going to attack the Spy Guardian over here. We're going to use... Shockwave doesn't help me, necessarily. Not right now. Ignore all harmful conditions. 10 damage. 2 other enemies within range. I think we'll just go ahead and do Shockwave, because why not? It's an opportunity to start taking people out. So we're going to Shockwave. 16 damage per hit plus effect. You may move any number of targets. So we're going to attack both these people over here. We're going to start with this one. And so we're going to roll against a defense of 7. And we got a 12. So a 12 over here means we're going to do 16 damage against this guy, bringing his token down from 65 down to 59 to 49 over here. That's 16 damage against him. We unfortunately still have our things over there. Nothing else we could really do. We could use, other people could do their effects over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We could pull this person closer, which we might do. So let's go ahead and spend one of these, because ultimately we need to spend more of these to take these guys out. We're going to pull an enemy 6 and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I guess, or just pull them over here. 6, perfect, works for me, I guess. Maybe let's pull them over here. Okay, then we're going to, oh, interesting, that might be interesting. Okay, we can work with that. Then we're going to go ahead and have that's 16 for that. We pulled that guy in his turn. We have to roll for this guy still. So we're rolling for this guy, which is going to be a defensive 6. And we got a 10, which is enough to hit him. So 16 damage against his mere 50 brings him down to 34, which is very helpful. That's going to be dealing damage to him. That's going to be it. That's going to be our effect, and our shock spell is gone. So he's taken his action. We can do supporting actions for all the characters here, which means here you can move to an enemy and move an ally to as well. Right now the person who's going to be attacking is this person, who's going to be, oh, we also can move to, target us 4 more away. We can't do that, and we can't use our ability against this person over here. The shockwave has any other effects? I apologize, let me check the shockwave. You may move any number of targets up to 3 squares each, which is important because we wanted to move this guy, 1, 2 over here, and that should be helpful. 1, 2, we're going to move him over here because he's going to have to walk through anyway to get past this guy to be able to deal damage. Just going to move him up to 3, and this person will also move 1, 2, and that will be fine. Perfect. That works for me over here. And then we're not going to use this. We could use this, which again makes sense to the economy of what we're trying to do. So we'll spend that cube over here because you're going to want to walk 1, 2, then 3, 4, and then kill this guy with 2. So you need at least 1, 2, and 3, 4 to be able to have that once per turn kill situation. And then the tricky part is all these people will run towards her trying to deal damage unless we are able to take them out somehow, which is the tricky part. So we have to figure that economy of actions out. We can take, Sadura has 30 health, we need to start with at least 40, she can only be attacked 3 times. So we have to try to figure out how to pull people to her without pulling too many people to her. But anyways, we're doing our 10 damage over here. So we take our 10 damage on this person, going from 54 down to 44, and deal 10 damage to any one of these enemies. Let's deal to the blue guy to just be able to take him down. So 34 down to 24 over here. So that's this blue guy slowly dying. We might end up in this room anyway. Even though we don't necessarily need to, it might be helpful to be able to just give us the economy of Qs that we need to deal Sadura's little minigame. So that's that action there. We still have other people who can take actions. We can deal 2 damage to an enemy and dispel 2. Do we have any negative conditions? We don't currently have negative conditions, so I'm not going to bother doing that. We could pay to add the roll. I think we're good. So we are good over here. We're going to flip this card over here, and then we are good. Okay, that is that, which means we're going to move to the next turn over here. which means it's going to be, let's put a cube, we put a cube on here, we put a cube on the Spy Guardian. No, the Spy Guardian is activating now. So they're going to move 5, they're attacking the hero with the most cubes, which means they're going to attack Nyx over here because he's the closer one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and try to attack them, taking 8 reaction damage along the way. So you're going to drop from 49 down to 41, and that's going to be your 8 reaction damage. From there, you're going to head over here. Any enemy activations we can do, we can pay 3 to have you go ahead and take 3 damage. We'll have blue take 3 damage again. 1, 2, 3. We will pay this 2 over here to heal 3 a hero. So we're going to flip that over, which will just heal anyone. Let's go ahead and heal you. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Then down here, you can heal 1 for each damage this hero dealt this turn. That's interesting. Or we can make an 8 range basic attack against somebody. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's pay this over here. Make an 8. We have to pay 4 HP. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then make an 8 range basic attack against somebody. We can do it against that blue person as well. So we're going to do that, making a basic attack, rolling our die against blue is a defense of 6 basic attack, so we need to roll 5. We got a 15. That's going to be another 8 damage against the blue. Blue's going to drop from 21 down to 13. Blue is crumbling here, crumbling hard. And I think that's everything we can do on enemies' turns, which means we're now going to resolve his attack against them. And this hero did move at least 2, so we're only going to do the basic attack. And we're going to deal 12 damage, or try to do 12 damage, against a defense of 7. So we're going to roll against defense of 7, and we got a 6 over here, which is beautiful. So we're going to miss, and which means we don't deal any effects, we just do the residual damage. So we're going to deal 8 residual damage against the healer, who's going to shield 5 with her cloak, and take 3 damage, which she's over here. 1, 2, 3. That's fully, I feel in control of things. Don't know how things will play out. That is the first round. We have a ton of cubes built up. We can only kill 1 person a turn, which is the tricky part. We have a pacing of the game. You can only assassinate once per turn. That's the tricky part. I don't see a way around that, so you have to sort of try to take people out. We're going to be down to only 4 people left in a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, which is good for us, but we still have to deal with this person, which will happen. And then those 4 are tricky because they all have line of sight to this barrel. We kind of almost need to draw line of sight. The heroes, the enemies will move, will run to Sidura with vision, will run, and then deal 10 damage. Okay. So fine. Yeah, we'll do that. Anyways, that is basically that. If they have line of sight, they run to her, deal 10 damage, but then we can at least pull them away. That gives us a timer aspect, so I think we can work with that. I don't love it, but I think we can work with it. Okay, so let's go ahead and do things. We are still over here. We still need to activate more characters. We could basically take out blue right now if we are smart enough about it. The thing we have to be mindful of right now is she is currently a little too close to this guy. So we kind of almost need to take out this guy anyways. Let's go ahead and resolve. If we resolve him, 1, 2, 3, it's not enough. We have to almost resolve that one, which is tricky because of the combat aspect. Although this one can actually see line of sight over there, so you could move to an ally and do that. So let's do that. What we're going to have happen right now is we're going to activate Nyx's turn. On Nyx's turn, we're going to spend a cube from over here to be able to flip this, move to an enemy, and then we are going to you move 2. So we're going to move this enemy back by 1, 2, and we're going to move upwards 1, 2. That's what we're going to do over there. And then we've charged that, which means all our abilities are charged. We're going to uncharge these tokens and heal ourselves by 9. So we're doing great on our power hit over here. So we'll go from 50 to 59 over there. That's that. We are doing Nyx's turn, which means we need to look at our hand of cards, and we have the card that I wanted, which is Holy Blast. We're going to do Holy Blast over here. We're going to dispel 1 or an ally moves 1. That's the benefit. There's nothing to dispel that helps us right now, so we could play with an ally moving 1. So let's go ahead and move you over here, like so. And then we're going to go ahead. Actually, let's have you move over here so you can have the enemies walk past if they need to, because I think we're going to target the red guy first, because the red one would want to target the hero with the most HP, which can be done. So we're going to do that. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to have you targeting all enemies in a 3x3 area, which is why we specifically tried to group them up. And then we're going to roll against them one at a time, starting with red, because we specifically want to hit red. And we're going to roll our die, rolling on an 8 defense plus, and we got a 10. That's enough to hit. So we're going to deal 8 damage, or 7 damage per hit, and a hero heals 3 per enemy this attack hits. That's going to be helpful. So we hit that one for 7 damage. So where is the red token? It is down here. Oh, that guy's got a lot. That guy's got a lot of damage over there. Going to go down to 63. Then we're going to roll against blue, and blue has 15, which is enough to hit that blue for 7, bringing you down to 6. And then we're going to hit against green, and green's got 17, again enough to hit. So we're going to deal another 7 damage, bringing you down to 34. Okay, we're controlling the board right now. We're doing fine, but we have to heal 3 per enemy this attack hit. So we're going to go ahead and heal this person over here to 49, because that's going to be very helpful for our general ability here. Okay, that is helpful. Yep, we are fine. We're good. We're good. We're good. Okay, that's Nyx's turn. Nyx lost that skill over here. It's going to go down at the Holy Blast is underneath here. And then the important part is now we have plenty of cubes right now. We're good on the cube department. 1, 2, 3, 4 to kill that guy, and then plenty. We have plenty of cubes. We'll try to get them back to our players as soon as we possibly can. But in the meantime, we are going to have red activate. Red's going to try to line up a shot, which means it's going to have to go over here to do so. Then it has line of sight, but that means it's going to take the residual damage, the reaction damage, from blue. So 8 reaction damage against red. We're moving to 63 down to 55, and then hitting, our bruiser circle protection guy, who currently starts with protected and toughened and blessed and toughened. They're protected 3. Yeah, they're still protected. Protected is what again? Let me just make sure I got my stats down correctly, because it's different stats we have. And we have protected, which is +3 to defense. +3 to defense. So it's more of a defense hit. So we're going to start with that, which means we're going to have this person roll against a defense of 8 +3, so a defense of 11, and they rolled a 6, which means they missed. So they're going to deal their residual damage only, which means 10 residual damage, but that's going to be negated by toughened, and we didn't even deal with blessed yet, so there's 6. So we deal 4 damage against Grigori. 4 damage. So you go down from 59 down to 55. This feels like, if you watched the last battle, I was falling apart. I almost lost. This battle feels like I'm in control a whole lot more, which I like, honestly. Anyways, so that's where we are so far, which means we can now mark him as activated. We can mark Nyx as activated. We've done so. Time to go ahead and take the next action. So they're still in the 3x3 grid. The tricky part is trying to get them into the grid. We could move them through there. That would take out the green person over there. Blue has not officially gone, which is tricky. And we have 2 people here. That's a little tricky, because we have to make sure we can actually take out blue. Although blue has a damage of 6, which means we should be able to. We should be able to do a basic attack. You heal 1 for each 5 damage to attack dealt this turn. What I could do, that won't help me. That will not help me. We'd need another cube for each of these. Okay, let's do one thing at a time. Let's go ahead and deal with our bruiser over here. Our bruiser is going to, at the start of your turn, there's at least one enemy within 2 of you, pay 3 HP to heal an ally 7. So 1, 2, 3, and we'll heal an ally 7, going from 43 up to 50 on blue. That's going to be our basic attack, because we have an enemy within 2 of us. From there, what attacks do we have that are threatening? Threatening auras we want. Have we done any attacks? Oh, our attacks in play. A Celestial Armor. Have we only done 1 attack? Wow. Okay. That could be useful, I guess. Move to an enemy with 5 view. I like Power Leap. We're going to do Power Leap, okay? We're going to do Power Leap over here. We're going to do a 1 square attack. So we're going to attack the red guy, and we're going to deal damage against that guy, rolling against him, and doing 8 defense. We need to roll our die, and we rolled a 12. Beautiful. So we are able to deal our 12 damage against red. We will deal that. Red's going to drop from 55 down to 43. That's going to be our first thing that we do. We really want to spend more cubes, I guess, maybe. I don't know. Then we're going to go ahead and move 5. So we're doing a Power Leap over here. We're going to 1, 2 over here. I'm going to target this person, where we're going to make another basic attack against an enemy. So we're going to make a basic attack against blue, which means it's a basic attack. So we're rolling at a +1, and we roll a 17, which is more than +1, enough to hit him. Our basic attack damage is 8. So we're going to deal 8 damage against blue, bringing 8 down to 0, and 8 dies. So this guy, not 8 dies, blue dies. Blue's dead over here, which means we all gain a cube from our power bank, and all the enemies have officially now activated, because blue is not so much as activated as he is dead. That's our turn. That's our turn. Our Power Leap. We're done over here. We could try to figure out more to do over there. We still have Grigori, which we are going to use Grigori. We also have Major Simpson, who has a movement of 5. So we're going to use that to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have that. And we could go ahead and, you know, do we have a ranged attack? It's a ranged attack, so we're actually going to stay back over here and shoot red for that. So we're going to shoot against a defense of 8, and we're going to hit a 1, a critical miss, and no reaction damage to that. Critical miss on Major Simpson's attack. Hopefully that's where we have the bad luck hitting. And then past that, we want to hit red again while red is out of commission, so we're going to have Grigori move. Grigori's going to try to look at their cards and see we have Relentless Hunt. You flip an attack. That's useful to being able to cycle our attacks faster. Going last, we should do this earlier. That's earlier. I think we're just going to go do Relentless Hunt. So we're going to do Relentless Hunt over here. We're going to walk 1, 2, and we're going to do a range 2 spear attack against the red over here. We're going to roll our die. We're rolling against an 8 defense, and we got a 7, which means we can spend this cube to increase our roll, paying 3 HP, and we got another cube over there. So we're going to spend 3 HP and go down 1, 2, 3. We increase the roll, so that way we get our 9 damage plus effect. And so we're going to do a 9 damage attack against this guy, red, who's going to drop from 43 down to 43 to 34. 34 over there, just paired up with green very nicely on that little stat over there. Then we can move 4 and pull 4 the target, which I don't know if that particularly helps us, but I do like the moving 4. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then pull 4 the target. We're going to pull you closer towards me, which maybe it helps, maybe it doesn't. At least it's with focus on these characters that does have that benefit. Focus is if you have multiple characters surround them from different angles, and we can flip an attack. So we're going to go ahead and flip that attack, and we'll flip this next attack as well. And maybe we'll start off next turn, and that is the next round. That's the round. We still have enemies to attack, but we accomplished the round, which means now we're going to go ahead to Sedura. We're going to spend our first 2 cubes to give them back to the characters. So back to the outer pools over here, and we'll have them go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then execute this person using these other next 2 cubes. So 1 and 2 back to their respective pools, and that Reaper is executed. Now again, we can't do that a second time. What we could do is we could have... We need to pull these people out of line, and we can afford to take a hit from them. We just can't afford to take too many hits. So if we go 1, 2, yeah, I think we'll do that. I think we're going to spend 2 more cubes over here, okay, to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Do I want to go that way? Maybe not. Maybe not. 1 second. I'm over here right now. That one won't be enough because this guy won't. This guy I have to take out. I can't stop him. So yeah, we're going to spend those 2 cubes. We're going to go ahead and go 1, 2, 3, 4. And that means at the end of the round, he's going to run here and deal 10 damage to Sedura, knocking her down, which is great because that's okay. We are totally fine with that. Our plan is to not actually engage with that one, but rather to walk over here and kill some enemies and baddies, which should be doable-ish. Maybe. I can't afford to take too many hits, but I could afford to take some more hits. So we should be fine. Okay, that's the next round, which means we pull off all the cubes and we continue the round. Also, I'm pretty sure this person has had their 3 protection over here and forgot to use it. Again, I forget to do those things all the time, unfortunately. But we are done over there, and now we can go ahead and deal with whose red attacks the person with the most HP, which is still Sedura right now, which is still Grigori. I always mix up Grigori and Sedura. So we're going to go ahead and take advantage of that with having him attack them, and they're going to attack the person with the most HP. So that should be viable. The way we're going to handle that is we're going to go ahead and, do we just want to kill that guy somehow? I don't know. Let's figure it out. Let's figure it out one step at a time. We're going to take our action. Deal 2 damage to an enemy, dispel 2. Okay, we have enough things happening here. So what we'll do is the following. We are going to start by enemy stars a turn within one of you. That's fine. We don't need to do that. We are going to do Gorilla Instance over here. So we're going to do a 2 damage attack against this one, which is 15 damage. We're going to roll for it against the red, and we got a 1. A 1. We got a 1. That's not the time I wanted a 1 at all, in the slightest. I had a whole plan. It did not involve rolling a 1. But something's happened. So, oh wait, Grigori's blessed. Grigori's blessed. Choose an ally within 5 squares. While you are alive, this ally is toughened and blessed. So I forgot about that. We have to roll that. You can't make this up. You cannot make that up. Like, you can't make that up. We are going to deal 8 residual damage against that character, and that is going to be our turn. Yay. I actually don't mind it. Things are in control right now, but it's like, you cannot make that up. That was 2 1s in a row on camera. We have 8 damage residual against red, so red's going to go down from 34 to 26. Okay, now the question is, can we take out red before red reacts? Do we even care? So there's a few things we have at our disposal. On an ally's turn, not a ton we can do. So we're going to allow it to move to the enemy's turn. Okay, as soon as it moves to the enemy's turn, we have some tools we can do. So over here, that's not relevant yet. Over here, run 5, not relevant. Okay, so we could spend this one over here. So if we spend this cube over here, we're going to move 3 an enemy. Okay, so we're just going to move this enemy over here, just far enough away, because that way when they attack, they're taking residual damage away from their allies. Also, maybe, no, I still couldn't have. I was mobbing the enemy, so I even had +3 in my attack, but it doesn't matter anyway. It still wasn't enough. In any case, so we move the enemy, but that means because we did that, we are going to flip these cubes and deal 9 damage to an enemy. So we're going to try to hit red for 9 damage to their head. So 9 damage, 26, down to 17. That's a good step over here. Good steps over here. Then red's going to try to attack, which is going to deal an automatic 8 residual damage because they're doing a ranged attack against the non-closest enemy. So that means we have to try to figure out if we can just deal 9 damage, which I think we could. Maybe 9 damage. 9 damage is tricky. It's a very specific number. Dun, 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 dun. I think it's fine. I think it's fine. We'll take the damage. Okay. No other heroes within 1 of the target. That's not true. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and roll. The enemy started its turn within 2 of us anyway, so we're going to resolve it. We are shielded 4. We're going to roll the enemy against our defense value of... we have defense. This card should come back in his hand. We're no longer protected. That cycles back when it became Dragori's turn. So we are now going to go ahead and roll against us. We rolled an 11. That's enough to penetrate us because we don't have shields. So we have 22 damage against us. But we are going to have toughened, and the bless doesn't really help us, but we are shielded. That's going to be a combined total of 10. So we're going to take 12 damage against us over here. And that's it. 12 damage. Okay, 12 damage against us. So we will deal with that 12, going from 55 down to 43, which does mean we no longer have the most HP. We have to factor that in. And then the effect is provoke. The target, if not fatigued, must take the next turn, and then flee 3. Okay, so this enemy will move 3 if it didn't move, but we did make them move, so I think that counts. Maybe. I'm not sure. They did move, so I'm not going to do that. That's one of those areas I'm not certain, because we moved them on their turn. So they did move this turn, so maybe they don't flee. But we do not take the next turn, because we already took a turn. Dragori took his turn, so we move to the next enemy. The next ally, I mean. But the enemy is going to take the 8 reaction damage, so going down to 9. So all things are good there. The tricky part is we don't have enough cubes right now, because we're going to be walking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9... So it means we need 4 cubes effectively. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we need 5 cubes. We need 7 cubes to be able to deal the damage that we need to do. So we need to get moving on this. Which means, let's go to the next person and start spending some more cubes. So we'll take the next turn and we'll have the Angel of Darkness, Retribution himself, the Bruiser, take the next turn. He's going to go ahead and do 3 HP. 1, 2, 3. That's going to involve healing 7 to this person. 50, back up there. Okay, and then we're going to choose an enemy, choose an ally to go ahead and activate. So we already have red activating, so we can just hit red without any worry about, you know what, we could. No, I'm just going to stick with it. Do we have Nyx over here? Does Nyx have a 3x3 range area? No, we spent it already. Okay, we spent it. That's fine. But we have, this one has a 9 damage. 9 damage is all we need. So I think I'm gonna change up a bit. I'm just slightly changing. I'm not activating the rest of the Bruiser. We're gonna go back up 1, 2, 3, and go back down 7. There we are. Okay, so we're still good. We're just activating Avalon the Wizard instead, because we're going to do an Arcane Blast to this area. So we are going to go ahead and move any of our targets hit +1 square. So we're going to roll against red first. Oh, that means we are going to have to deal with that one. That's fine. We're going to go ahead and deal with it. So we're going to try to kill red, and we need to roll against an 8 defense, and we have a 1. A 1. A legitimate 1. You cannot make it up. You cannot make it up. We're not going to hit red. We will not hit red, because that's 3 1s in a row against that character. Whatever. We're going to go ahead and roll against this guy over here. And we are rolling a 3. Okay, so a 3 is still bad. It's very, very bad. In fact, it's so bad that we're not going to be able to hit because this person is not in mob. It's no mob focus on the character. So we are still going to miss. The last missed target takes 5 residual damage. Not the best showing I've had, but that sometimes happens. So we're going to have 5 residual damage against the last target, which means this character is going down 5 from 34 to 29, and unfortunately is now going to activate and attack us, which is not what I wanted, but let's see what we can do on our turn. We're going to spend this cube over here, because we're going to have this person deal 2 damage to the enemy, and we'll deal 2 damage to this person here, because at least that way we can slowly take them out. Maybe I do that? I don't know. That's a tricky question. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. Then we're gonna have Dragori spend a cube as well on our turn. Move to an enemy. You move 2, and this person's attacking the hero with the most cubes, which currently is Dragori. So if we push him away, so if we can push him down here 1, 2 to over that person, they're gonna go ahead and spend that cube, move to an enemy, and you move 2. I'm actually comfortable not moving. I'll leave myself as is. I'm gonna put this cube down over here. That's done. We've done that. We did not do this one. We did not do that one. We did not do that one. Then we're going to move to the enemy's turn, where the green is going to activate now. And when green activates, green is going to be targeting Dragori, because Dragori has the most cubes, or could be attacking this one. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I may have messed that up a bit. So we can do that. We can work with that. We're going to spend a cube from Dragori to have Dragori move to the target and become the target's focus, which is good, because that will help us over here as far as this goes. So we're going to spend that. We're also going to go ahead and have this person spend a cube. No, you don't have any cubes to spend, never mind. We're going to have this person spend a cube. Note, this person should actually be healing 9 because they spent all their cubes already. So we're going to react all of these, and that's going to automatically charge and heal 9 to somebody. We'll heal 9 to Dragori, 43 to 52, because Dragori is our tank right now. And then we'll spend 1 from here to be able to heal 3 a hero, or pay 5 HP. Yeah, let's go ahead and do this one. Pay 5 HP, heal 4 an ally, and deal 4 damage to an enemy. So we're going to go down 5 HP to go down to 45. We'll heal 4 an ally. We'll move you up to 46 to 50, and we'll knock this guy down 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so he's down to, well, 3 health left, which is fine because then we can do this guy over here next turn. But that's fine-ish, maybe. I think we're fine. But we're still on the enemy's turn right now. We did those people activated, and we're going to go ahead and activate this guy over here. Or did we just do that already? No, we did not do that. No, we don't have cubes. We don't have cubes. That's the tricky part. We don't have cubes on that person. We need to get cubes. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to go ahead and resolve. This guy is now going to be attacking the hero with the most cubes, which is Dragori ran to intercept the attack. And so we're going to attack against Dragori. And Dragori's defense of, well, 8 or something like that. I don't know. We rolled a 19, which at least is not a 20. Now we will negate our 6 and 6, so we have permanent, we have toughen and toughen, so we're going to lose, we're only going to take 6 damage instead. So Dragori will go down by 6 from 52 to 46 over there. And then the enemy with the highest HP gains an empowered 3 token. So we're going to put an empowered 3 token on the hero with the highest HP, which is probably red still. No, it's green. Green's going to have an empowered 3 token for their next attack. And that was his attack. And that's also the end of the round. Did we get enough cubes to do what we need? I think we did. I think we did with a caveat, a strong caveat, which is tricky. We can only afford... Yeah, tricky. Okay, let's show you what's going on here. So, is there anything else I can do? Did I do everything? I did the heal 4. I can do this cube. Okay, this cube's important. I'm going to spend this cube over here to you heal 1 for each 5 damage the enemy dealt this turn. And so I can heal 3 right now on this character. 1, 2, 3. And that's going to be, I think it's only 2 actually. No, only 1. Only 1. But the point is it's not about the healing, it's about the cube spending. And then you heal 9 because I charged all my tokens. So I heal 9 from 51 to 60. And that's why I'm there. That's fine. And then an ally heals 3 HP. We're going to spend this one. No, I already did that cube. Okay, so I already did. Okay, so we are now done for that, which is helpful because now we're going to spend cubes. We're going to spend 2 cubes over here. Well, let's give the cubes back in the right order. We're going to spend these 2 cubes here to go 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to spend the next 2 cubes up here to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we're going to spend another cube to go, where are we? We're going to spend another cube over here to go 1. And then we're going to spend 2 cubes to go, let's see, we're going to spend 2 cubes to kill that guy, which means we're going to just execute this guy offhand. So that's going to take him out of the picture. And the tricky part is we need to deal with these guys, but if they can see me, they're going to run to me. So how can I make sure only one sees me? if I go here, then this guy can't see me. So I'll spend 1 cube to go 1, 2, which means that guy's going to see me and run to me, which I can work with. Okay, so end of round, this guy's going to run to me and deal 10 damage to me, which is going to keep my health in check from 60 down to 50. I still need to make sure that we end up with 8 cubes. We're going to have to go into the next room. I think the economy of the game forces us to go into the next room if we want to achieve the full game effect or whatnot, which we do want to achieve the full game effect. Anyways, we move on to the next round. Everything's cleared. Have I taken all actions? Green didn't go. Who went last? I haven't even done all actions yet. No, I still haven't done... I did that. Ignore that. I did that out of sequence. That's a mistake. I'm going to leave it, but I did that out of sequence. We're still in the current round. Unless I just give up my turns, which I guess I arguably could do. But I don't want to because I want to kill this guy who's already activated. So I'm gonna do some pot shots against this guy. So Nyx over here is going to attack this guy now that we could. So we're going to go ahead and let's throw down for your passive power +3 to attack roll. I have not been looking at Nyx's ability, by the way. I've been ignoring Avalon because it's not relevant for this scenario. I've been using these two. I have not been doing Nyx's passive. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Forgo your passive power +3 to attack roll. I don't like that at all. I don't want to give up my passive power at all. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do Exalted Soul, I guess. Sure, let's do Exalted Soul. Ignore 1 villain when checking focus. Doesn't really matter for us. We're going to go ahead and attack this green guy, and we're going to roll against him. He has a defense of 7, and we're going to roll a 4. Now, we cannot modify that, so we're just gonna, he's with mob, so we actually can go ahead and add 3. Mob meaning he has different people against all around him. So it's gonna add 3, which is the defense we need. So it's going to deal 8 damage against this guy, bringing him down from 29 to 21. Choose an ally. Whenever it regains HP, a hero heals 4 once per turn. So we're going to go ahead and put that in play on Grigori, who's going to gain through a lot of health shortly. That's going to be our ability there. If an ally is in 3 of us, we do +5 damage, which again, I have not been doing that the whole scenario, which is what it is, but that is fine. That's going to be Nyx. Nyx is now activated. And lastly, we can do Ascaron the Archangel, which we were starting to do last turn, and then we skipped doing. Where's Ascaron's health dial? We're going to go down 3, 1, 2, 3. We're going to heal Grigori by 7, so 46 to 53. But then also, we're going to gain a hero heals 4 once per turn, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're using the ability on Exalted Soul already. But then from there, we are going to actually choose an attack as well. And I have a square thingy. Sure, let's go ahead and do this one. Okay, we're going to do a dimensional blow. 2 squares, move to an enemy in front of you. So we're going to roll against this guy. Again, defensive 7 over here. And we got a 20. A natural 20. That's going to be 11 plus the 5 damage from the natural 20. That's going to be 16 damage against him, which is exactly what he needs to die. Die, which means we're going to go up 1. We're going to go up 1, we're going to go up 1, and we're going to go up 1. We've generated a bunch of cubes back into our pool, which is very helpful. But more than that, there is no more than that. Because that hero's dead, that enemy's dead. There's no more than that. The enemy's dead. So the enemy's gone over here from the map, which means we're going to have a very boring next turn, I think. But it works. Sidura can spend tokens from... Where does Sidura spend her tokens from? She spends tool from any mana pool or the Iron Hand outpost. So we already have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We need to make sure we end with 12 effectively. 4 to open the barrel, plus another further 8. So we don't have enough yet. We have to go to that next room. I don't see a way around it. Because we're going to generate another 4. But we need to be able to... I don't see a way around it. We have to take these people out. The 2 turns part I can work around. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 1 token if we don't do this right. We have to do it. We have to I think we have to go to the next room, and I don't see a way around it. I just don't. Anyways, we did kill the enemy, so that part's done. I'm just trying to navigate out whether we have to go to the next room or not, and I believe we do, because right about now we are going to go to the next round. The end of round, which we've already done, so we'll ignore that. And now we go to the next round. We clear all these tokens off our enemies. and we move to the next round where we get to activate first, and that means we're just going to smack that guy in the face. Actually, ironically, I don't think we actually activated with him, but I don't know if I necessarily care strongly, because what I'll do is I'm going to have this guy go ahead and, you know what, we're just going to have you move, and you're going to shoot him. You're going to roll. There's 3 damage against him, so as long as you hit, you're good to go. He has defensive 8, and you rolled a 15. Boom, he's dead, and then we move cubes back into play. Okay, that was our turn right now. Right about now, although pause, because I should specifically, very specifically, I should make sure to generate 2 cubes so that Sidura can kill someone up there. So we're going to do that first on allies turn. Well, no pause, we can keep going. So we're going to go on enemies' turns over here. We are going to we don't have any things that really help us on our turns. We have to like artificially spend. No, Sidura can spend cubes from over here. We're good. We're good. So we're just gonna go ahead and go move over into the door. By moving over to the door, effectively I'm taking 2 movement actions: the normal move action and then an actual primary action, which usually is an attack, but is now a move. So in this case, I'm pretty sure I can reach all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over there. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, and that guy actually has a movement of 6, so you could go there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, you're fine. And this one has a movement of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you're standing lonely all by yourself over here, which is fine. I can work with that. And there's no enemies on the door, on the ground, which means at the end of round, we're going to have Sidura spend tokens just generally from their pool. Boom. We're going to spend these 2 tokens and return them over here to just wipe out that person and take them out of play, which means we can now start messing with that guy. Although we want to give it a little bit of time, we will give it a little bit of time. But we currently have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 tokens left. We couldn't possibly do this if we wanted to. So we need to go ahead and move to the next room, which means we are reading 7.2. 7.2, we are going to this journal over here. And give me a second here. Let me just make sure I don't knock things off the table. 7.2. To your surprise, the 2-headed Kemet captain stands once again, but his body seems to have been reanimated by magic and is now commanded by the undead head. Even after death, he continues to serve Gulag. Oh, so that person who got a giant spike in their head or got crushed in the prologue is, dead? I mean, not dead. Alive again. Resume the quest. Begin event 2. So, event 2 is happening now over here. So we're going to go ahead and put this down over here so we can get that in play. Event 2. When you kill the last sailors, the door on your side is kicked and flies in the air. The 2-headed Captain Kemet is still partially alive. The remaining Kemets activate the mechanisms that release a poisonous mist on the other parts of the boat, trying to kill any other intruders. You must kill him as fast as possible before he can kill Sidura. Ooh. I don't know if I budgeted around Sidura needing... We'll see. Okay, we're going to have to go ahead and set this up over here. We're going to be setting up this area over here and following the rules. I'll read all that in a second. We're just going to go ahead and bring this down and continue the fight over here. So we have removed the big yellow door, which we've done. We have to place the various characters out over here, which we've done. We have the various people out there. We have the Kemet Shipstone. So how does this work? There's a quest item over here. The quest item is this little token over here. If we pay 5 HP, if we interact there and pay 5 HP, we gain a cube, which is helpful because we need those. We have the Crow, the Kemet Captain, who is going to... Okay, the Crow has got the favorite target the furthest here within reach, and they're going to benefit plus 3 to attack roll blessed, mana burn, target takes plus 2 damage per mana in its pool, Sidura takes 10 damage. Oh, wait, whoa, that's not good. Sidura can't afford to take more damage. I mean, I guess we could. We could afford 1 time. So we can afford 1 round of the enemy. Sidura takes 10 damage. That's a big deal. Mana burn and Sidura takes 10 damage. Plus 3 to attack roll and blessed. That's bad. So if the Kemet Captain gets 2 rounds of combat here, we might have a problem because Sidura can only afford to take 10 damage once effectively before things go south. So... can we do this? Sidura right now needs the following. Okay, let's just do the math on this. Ideally, we want to end with 8 cubes in our pool. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We also need 4 cubes, which means we're shy 1 cube in order to actually resolve that. So we're shy 1 cube, but then we also need 1, 2, 3, 4. That's going to be 2 cubes, so we're shy 3 cubes currently. We need to kill this guy, 4, 5, and then we need to go back 1, 2. So it's another. So we're shy 6 cubes. We need to get our hands on 6 cubes. And we could use our interaction points to literally just pillage our own health and then make it to the end of the round, right? I think that's fine. I think we got this. I think we got this as far as the economy of our actions over here. But let's go ahead and resolve our first turn by trying to figure out who they're attacking. We have the hero with the most HP. We have the hero over here, stunning stab over here. We could curse things, but I don't actually think we could. We have protected, which will help. So protected is not bad, because we're going to need to use that to make it harder for the that other guy to attack us. But I think right now what we need to do is we need to control the battlefield a bit. So to that end, we're going to use our blue person first, because he can at least move the target away from us or pull the target. No, I don't know if I like this. I don't know if I like this. We need to get past over there, which means we need to be able to move around the board. We can pull a person 6 with this, which is not bad at all. That might give us some flexibility, but really, let's take a look. Let's take a look what we have over here. We have these cards here, which will be, you take 4 damage, this target can never be regained. Okay, we can spend a special attack. Let's see what special attacks we have on our Oscar and the Archangel, because I don't think we've heavily looked at this other attack. Interrupt, 8 squares, 0 damage. The target's attack deals negative 16 damage and no residual effects. Take 10 damage below striking. Target's attack deals negative 16 damage. This does not negate the attack. So we actually have, this guy over here does have a counter spell. Negate the target's attack. That's going to be helpful. If we use that against the Crow, the Kemet Captain over there, then we can negate him dealing damage against it, and we should be able to control everything. But let's just try to figure out how we can do this. The lowest enemy to deal with is going to be the Berserker. So if we can take out the Berserker, we should be fine. To do that, let's start with the most powerful attack we can. What do we have over here? Do we have any powerful attacks in particular? We have this person over here, the Oxygen Siphon. Plus 3 to attack roll if you're the combatant close to the target. Don't care with that. It ignores all its helpful conditions, takes 3 damage at the end of all its turns. Let's just do Oxygen Siphon from, from Nyx over here. So Nyx is going to go ahead and... No, Nyx has to go last if we want to keep choosing to heal. So let's go ahead and activate Nyx anyway. Then we choose an ally whenever it regains HP. A hero heals 4. Let's do it. Okay, so Oxygen Siphon. We're going to lose Exalted Soul because we're now activating our turn. We're going to go ahead and do plus 3 to attack. We're going to attack the Berserker. And so we're rolling against a shield of 6 over here, which should be fine. And we spend 6, which is beautiful. We don't even need that to be the plus 3 over there. Because we have an ally within 5 of us, we're going to go ahead and activate our... Where's our character card? Is our character card? No. Where's our character card? Here we go. We're going to be doing our allies in 3 of you. So we're doing 5 damage. So we deal 27 damage against red. So red's going to go from 50 down to 23. 23. Wow, that's pretty good, actually. I'm okay with that. Choose an enemy. It ignores all its helpful conditions and takes 3 damage at the end of all its turns. So we're going to choose an enemy. We're going to choose the boss. The Crow is going to be the person who gets this. And that means it's going to ignore Blessed. So it won't even benefit from Blessed, which means more likely that it's going to miss its attacks. To that end, then we are going to have to deal with the fact that's Nyx's turn, but we could resolve various ally effects. So for example, we'll start by spending this cube over here to this pool, and we're going to pay 10 HP, and then enemy is going to take 10 damage. So we're going to go down to 47. We're going to have the red guy deal 10 damage down to 13. Now red's attacking the character with the most HP, which means it is going to go for this guy over here. So it's something we can do to try to adjust for more stuff. We could go ahead and have that's all on this turn. On this turn, we can deal 2 damage to it, which will bring it down to 11, which is not enough. We could go ahead and spend this thingy at the start of turn. We're going to spend that, which is going to bring an enemy takes 4 damage. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and this guy won't move because Nyx did not move. And then we're going to follow that up with a basic attack because we're going to now wait till their turn. And on their turn, we need 8. We need 1 more. So 1 second, we need to do more stuff. So we're going to spend this one over here, deal 2 damage to an enemy, and dispel. There's no positive benefits on the enemy, which is going to deal 2 damage to the enemy. And then we're going to go ahead and just move over to the enemy's turn, where we're now going to spend this cube over here, and pay 4 to make a basic attack. So we're spending 4 health on blue to go from 47 to 43, make a basic attack, which means we're going to roll against a defense of 6, and we're going to roll a 1, which is great. We can work with that. There's no residual damage in a basic attack. There's no blessed, unfortunately. But what we can do is we can spend this one and spend another 4 HP, 47 down to 43, and now roll again, hopefully not rolling a 1, and we got a 9, which is enough to actually deal that damage, bringing him down to 0, which kills him, takes him out of play. He won't react. His card's gone, and we are going to go ahead and gain a cube. 1, 2, 3, and 4. That helps us a lot because we now have 5 cubes in here in this pool that we can work with. We need to just bring it up by 3. I think we need to bring it up by 3 cubes, which should be doable, because what we'll do next is we're going to have, yeah, we could do that. We're going to have 1, 2, 1, 2. We have a movement of 6 on, we're going to have a movement of 6 on Grigori. So we're going to have Grigori move right now. He has a movement of 6, and he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and he's going to generate 2 cubes. Oh, he can't generate 2 cubes because they're all over here. He can't do that at all, so never mind. We need to have somebody else who can generate 2 cubes. And the problem is the actual movement in play, because we don't have a lot of things that move our allies. We do not have a lot of things that move our allies, which means we need to look at our allies. Specifically, we need to bring cubes in play, probably from blue. So let's take a look at what blue has. Do we have anything we can do to move? 12 damage, ignore all harmful. Not really. That's tricky. I didn't account for the fact that I need to move closer to be able to do this. If we're willing to last 2 rounds, it changes the conversation, but I don't feel a need to last 2 rounds. If we can just kill another person, that would also do it. So let's kill another person. Let's kill the Spy Mystic over here. Let's try to take him out as much as possible. So if we can take out the Spy Mystic, what we'll do is we're going to have, if you can go ahead, blue can go ahead and go and attack. It's attacking with focus because the enemy is at least 4 away. Did that do it? There's 4 away and there's no one within that. If I don't move, yeah, it's attacking with focus. So we're going to attack blue over here, trying to deal damage to it. Blue is doing a ranged attack, so that's fine. I can work with that. It's attacking the hero that's furthest away, which means it'll come up closer. No, I need to do a drop more. Move 2. Oh, I could just do that. Okay. So on blue's turn, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and move 2. I'm going to spend these 2 to be able to re-trigger this ability. So I'm re-triggering it. Move to an enemy, you move 2. So we're going to have you go 1, 2, and I'm going to go 1, 2. Okay, that's what we're going to do. Then we're going to go ahead and have blue attack that guy. And we're going to find an ability that is the most effective ability that I can find. And we also need to kill him. Okay. So we'll do Magic Missile. Magic Missile, 8 squares. 2 other enemies within range take 3 damage each, which means everyone basically. So we're going to go ahead and attack this person, and we're going to roll. It's still 4 away, and I still haven't moved, so we're going to roll against him. It's a 15, which is great. That's going to hit him. So it's going to deal 10 damage against blue. Blue's going to drop from 55 down to 45, and then the other enemies in play, these 2 are each going to drop 3. 1, 2, 3. And then I haven't even put a boss token down in play. This guy should be 130, so it's going to be 70 plus another 60. So it's going to be 60 over here, and dropping down 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's done. Okay, so we dropped 3, and this Magic Missile's done. And that's helpful-ish. I think we're good on that. We just need to resolve all other effects on your turn and on the off turn. I don't think there's other effects I feel the need to add on the on turn. The off turn is a different conversation, because we need to kill him. We need to take him out, right? Or we could just let him do his thing. No other villain is within 1 of the target. That's fine. Echo 6. Okay, we're gonna let him activate. I think we're gonna let him activate and then just pound him as much as possible. Although we could, I think I did activate this and I didn't flip that. That should be flipped over here, and then everything else I can kind of ignore. I can spend that, but then it's going to be a problem. I think I'm just going to have to go ahead and let him take his turn, and then we're going to do the following. We're going to spend 2 from this person over here to pay 4 and make a basic attack. So we're spending 4 against our hero, 43 down to 39, making a basic attack against him with a strength 8. That's going to be 16, so it's going to be an 8 damage basic attack against blue. Blue's going to drop from 45 down to 37. Okay, we're going to do the same thing with yellow over here. Again, paying 4 and going 1, 2, 3, 4. Down there, and again, making a basic attack against him. And we got a 18, which is perfect. So we're going to do another 8 damage against him, bringing him down from 37 down to 29. So we're doing well as far as slowly piling up, but we still need to take him out even further. We don't have any more cubes on most of our characters, unfortunately. So it is what it is, which means now we're going to go ahead and resolve the enemy's turn. The enemy's going to go ahead and move towards us, which means he's going to, that's this guy over here, so he's going to walk past him. Because he's walking past him to attack the furthest enemy, he's going to take his reaction damage for another 6 against him, 29 down to 23, and then he's finally going to attack blue, where he's going to roll against blue, and let's see what he gets. He gets a 6 over here, and that's going to be a miss. A miss. Blue has a defense, blue has a defense of 6. That's enough to hit. It's just enough to hit. Which I'm fine with. It's not the end of the world. He does 14 damage to us. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and flip our shield over here. So we're going to take our only 9 damage against blue. So 9 damage against the 39 brings us down to 30. And then from there, we are going to 30. And then he's going to do Echo 6, another hero closest and within 6 takes 6 damage. So we'll deal 6 damage to Nyx, bringing her down to 39. Okay, so we're slowly losing our health, still in complete control of the battlefield, at least as of right now, which means it's now going to be... Grigori took a turn? Did Grigori take a turn? I feel like Grigori took a turn. No, Grigori did not take a turn. Interesting. Interesting. Grigori did not take a turn. So what we're going to do there is we're going to go ahead and have the Bruiser take a turn, I guess. Yeah, it makes sense. Bruiser's going to take a turn, and Bruiser's going to try to slam the guy in the head as much as possible. Can we actually kill him right now? I don't know if we could kill him. Do we even have enough? Let's go ahead and have our Major Simpson activate. Major Simpson is going to move this 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's going to shoot. That's going to be an additional 3 damage. If he gets a 7, which is enough to hit his defense. So it's going to be 3 damage. 1, 2, 3. So we need to deal 20. 20 should be doable. That will leave both these people trying to do a full powered attack. But if we kill him, we have enough mana cubes to not worry about that. So we are going to go ahead and do an Hour of Destruction. No. Yeah, I guess so. We're going to do Wings of Justice. So Wings of Justice, you may move up to 3 squares before declaring the target. I'm not going to bother. 10 damage plus effects. So we're going to go ahead and roll against him. We're again rolling a defense of 7, and we got a 3. That is not enough. That is unfortunately not enough. Is there anything we can do to power this up? I don't believe so. I don't believe we can. Do we have enough to do anything here? Or are we just all out of luck? We do residual damage. Target takes 5 residual damage. Do we have any further attacks? I don't believe so. So the target takes 5 residual damage. That brings us down there. That part's fine. Before roll, this person can go ahead and deal 2 damage. This person can deal 4 damage. So we can bring it down to 11. So it depends on the attack we have. Also, at the start of the turn, there's at least one enemy in front of you. Pay 3 HP. So we're going to pay 3, 1, 2, 3, and heal 7 an ally, 39 to 46. So we're still able to do that. And that's going to activate that turn. And now we lastly have Grigori. Grigori can go ahead. As long as we can do at least 10 damage, we should be fine. Which all your attacks actually flip. So if you can deal 12 damage, even better. Because then over here, on the enemy's turn, we can go ahead and take him out. So that should be fine. I think we're good to go. So we're going to go ahead and have Grigori take that guy. We're going to move 3. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. We're going to move 3 over here and attack that person. As long as we hit, we're fine. So we're trying to hit on a Strength 7 over here, and we got a 13. Beautiful. So we got the 13, which means that is going to deal 12 damage to him, bringing him down to 15, down 12, down to 3 health left, and on protected 3, which is always fun. That's going to be my turn. Grigori's activated, and we have activated this person. We still have to activate the boss and this person, which is going to lend itself to a little bit fun turns as we go through it. So we are now going to activate the enemy turns. Enemies who haven't activated during your turn activate stronger, which you haven't seen this effect. If you've watched other gameplays, you've seen that. But if they haven't been hit, you kind of want to hit all the enemies as much as possible, or they will activate slightly stronger as they take their turns. To that end, what's going to happen right now is we're going to go ahead and the first enemy is going to activate. We're going to have the Spine Noxious activate. They're going to attack the target with the lowest HP, which is going to be that person. So they're going to go 1, 2 over here to attack the Archangel right now, the Oscar and the Archangel. They're going to roll against the Oscar and the Archangel. Although before they do, we're going to spend over here. We're going to spend these 2 cubes, and then we're going to go ahead and deal 5 HP, heal 4 an ally, and deal 4 damage to the enemy. So we're going to kill this enemy, which means he's going to die, which is going to bring cubes into their pools, which is exactly what we need over there. But then they also have to heal 4, so we're going to bring up 1, 2, 3, and 4 as well. And we have to pay 5 on green, so green's going to go down to 5, and we're going to go down to 41 over there. And that should be fine. And then we're going to resolve the effects, so this enemy is going to attack yellow. No. Yes, yellow. So enemy's going to attack yellow over here, and then deal... Oh, could it have gotten to blue? I don't know if it could have gotten to blue. Blue is actually the lowest. In theory, it should be able to get to blue, but it would take damage along the way. So it's going to take the reaction damage from yellow has 8. It's going to take 8 reaction damage. So going down from 62 to 54. And then it's going to attack blue with a defense of 6. And it's going to roll a 13. So it's going to hit for 12. So it's going to hit blue for 12, which means blue's going to drop from 34 down to 22. Then Target gains 1 distracted token, which we'll put on blue. That's not a problem at all. Then another hero is within 2 of the target. So that target takes 4 extra damage and loses 1 from its pool. That actually might be a problem. That might be a problem for us. Target's going to take 4 extra damage. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that part's not a problem. The math on how many cubes we need might be a problem. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. If we have to go to the next round, we'll go to the next round. Then the boss is going to attack, unfortunately. That's this guy over here. He's done. Boss is going to attack, but what we're going to do is the boss is going to go ahead and attack the furthest hero within reach with a movement attack. So it's going to go ahead and go 1, 2, and just try to attack, slide in here, and try to attack blue or whatever. But it doesn't really matter because we're going to go ahead and do counterspell. So we're going to go ahead and take 10 damage. This cannot lower your health below 1. So it's going to drop down 10. And we're going to, the enemy who's taking damage, 0 damage plus effects, negate the target's attack entirely, and we're going to go ahead and we have to roll against this. Drawback, so we have to roll against this. That's the only tricky part. So we're rolling against the defensive 6, and we got a 10. So we got a 10 over there, which means he is going to negate his entire attack, and he's going to just not resolve the attack in the slightest, which means we do not deal 10 damage against, there's no mana burn aspect. Target takes 2 damage. Yeah, no issues at all. We are good to go. Which means now we go to the end of the round. In the end of the round phase, we're going to start spending stuff. So we're going to spend from our pools over here. I think the math works out. We have 8 over here. We have 4 for that, which means we need 5. We have 1, 2, 3. I think we're good. See, we're going to spend 1, 2. I'm going to hold it in my hands and I go 1, 2 to go there. We're going to spend the next one, 1, 2 to go there. We're going to spend 2 more to kill this guy, so he's no longer within the lightest side of the barrels. We're going to spend the last one from the pool to go 1, 2 back to the barrel. And then we're going to spend 4 to go ahead and activate the barrel. And that's going to resolve all of that. And that means, I believe we are done. Because we just went ahead, we spent 4 while within 1 of the barrel, while no undead have line of sight to the barrel. The only one left is that one, he does not have line of sight. And so we should be fine. And we also have at least 40 HP on Sidura, as well as at least 8 left in our pool, which is important. And so we're good. We're going to read stuff. What do we read? Read 7.3. Okay, so I'm just like, I'm like taking that moment to be like, what actually happened right now. So, we'll read 7.3. Sidura appears in the stairs, shaking papers in her hand. We got what we came for. Outside the ship, a massive object approaches, turning the stars off one by one. A Kemet stands motionless at the front, his white hair flying wildly in the wind. With a smirk, he raises his hand in an odd way. Gulag. Leaping forward, Sidura grabs a spear that hangs on the wall and hurls it at Gulag. Without moving a muscle of the hand he just raised, Gulag grabs the spear mid-flight. So this is the strongest among you? A pathetic woman? With a swift motion of that same hand, he flips the spear and throws it back. Kaboom! The spear destroys a section of the ship as it breaks through several layers of wood and explodes a few arcane barrels. After a rough swing, the ship's floor tilts. It's time to flee. You jump into the water just as another explosion lights up the sky, luckily right next to an Iron Hand rescue boat. The Iron Hand learns a great deal about the maritime plans of the Kemet. Their officers respect Sidura more and are more confident with you around. You find ancient scrolls and papers of the Kemet, including some of a religious nature. You learn that they are waging this war in fulfillment of a prophecy that ages ago they used to live in this continent. Besides, the Kemet seem to be planning to gather an army of undead in a giant ship and disbark it in an unknown strategic place. Mark Secrets of the Kemet, Past and Future. That's going to be a fact over here. We're going to have to go to our little boards over here. Secrets of the Kemet, Past and Future. We are good to go. We have that marked. Okay. Gulag is more aware of Sidura. The Kemet know about the secrets you unveiled. You remain ignorant about the mysteries of the undead that seem to be marching towards that region. Refugee Bulletin. Warfers rescued in Kilborn. In a probable maritime operation conducted by the Iron Hand, who has denied comment, 2 Warfers that have been enslaved by the Kemet were rescued and are currently being treated in Warfiji, where they've met with relatives. They have no memory of anything since the invasion. Undead attacks in the northwest. With each passing day, the roads around Outmore Swamp are more infested with hostile animated corpses. Travelers are advised not to set up camp out in the open and to journey in large groups. Follow the next adventure's instructions. If you have enhanced tonic undead, I do not, unfortunately, then end this journey phase 2, read this. There's still time to do something. Alternatively, wait, what? Give me a second here. Alternatively, you may return to this region. Read this. Okay, no, we don't have it. We don't have it. Okay, great. So we don't have a certain thingy, which means we cannot do a certain thingy, which means we're done. We go to the next quest over here, read 001. If you run, read 002. So we are going to go ahead and we're going to continue with the city phase. I'm going to go through the end of adventure setup over here. There's a few small things we'll have to do, but I'll clean up all this and we'll be back in a minute with the city phase where we go through all the fun bonuses that we get to unlock. Okay, we're ready to go ahead and continue, and we need to go through those steps over here. The 002, draw 3 loot cards. We're going to grab our loot card pool, which is somewhere over here. So we're going to grab our pool of loot cards over here. We're going to shuffle it up over here, and we're going to draw 3 loot cards because that's what you do. So 1 and 2 and 3. If you've done the extra challenge, draw another 2 loot cards. We have done the extra challenge because we ended with Sadura having at least 40 health and having 8 extra cubes. Draw 1 loot card for each first aid not spent. That's going to be another 2 first aid cards because we did not spend any first aid. So we have 1 over there and then 2 over there. And then Chem and Hunt, draw as many loot cards as your current Chem and Hunt level, which I believe was 0. I think we left off last time. Unfortunately, we went down a Chem and Hunt level. Yeah, we're down to 0, unfortunately, so we draw no extra loot cards. Then write down the letter of the adventure we just played. We just played F. We played F over here. So we're going to do that on this calendar sheet over here. We're going to mark the city phase as done. It's not actually done. It just saves me time. We're going to have one more adventure next week before, well, next week, 2 weeks from now. We're going to have another adventure before we dive into the world phase, which you have yet to see. But right now, we're still going to have the city phase. The next time we come back, we're not going to have a city phase. We're going to have a world phase instead. And then gain this quest card, which we've done. So we gain this quest card, which is the O Captain, My Captain, which means we need to mark down a few things. We need to mark down that we've just done quest F over here. So that's going to be O Captain, My Captain. Sorry, not quest F, but mission 7. So we're done mission 7, and we need to mark down +1 to Iron Hand Efficiency and +1 to Battle of the Oceans. So down over here, we're going to go ahead and mark down Battle of the Oceans over here. So we're going to mark down 1 mark over here, and that's going to mark a square over here. And then also to 1 hand to Iron Hand Efficiency, which also means we're going to ramp up this track over here, which means we knock the second square on Warriors, which means now we need the City Phase book, where we can go ahead and check out what you get for Warriors. Warriors step 3. Let's see where we are over here. We need to go through it. Strategist, Warriors, 3 points. The Honorable Amazon was given the highest position in the army after discovering that its previous holder, Dilsgar, was behind the spreading of the wasteland's toxic fumes. Sudura dissipated them with the help of the party that was also responsible for slaying the Avatar dragon Thyra, thus ending the eternal storm that had prevented navigation in the ocean, now occupied by Kemet vessels. Your deeds contributed immensely to the Resistance War Chest. Part of the funds are redirected to you. Gain 1 iron hand. Gain 1 iron loot card. Let's grab an iron loot card specifically. Great, there we go. And so now we have a bunch of things that we've earned this quest. We can go ahead and add all of these to our pool. So basically, if we look over here, we have iron, iron, iron. We have ruby, more iron. We have some wood over here, some wood, and some more iron. And we have a lot of iron in this particular scenario. And so now it's time to go through the actual assemble the city phase. So we're done with all that. We have 2 quests to go from. It looks like we did not get a new quest over here. So we're doing the Relic Hunters Guild or the Counter Espionage as far as the next possible quest that we have. I think the quest is ended. Begin the next phase. If you have no cards on your hand, apply the table in the previous phase. But we do have cards on our hand, so we don't have to worry about that. Next journey phase. Whoops, next journey phase is 4, I guess. Maybe. Something. I don't know. So C, F, G, E. You must use this table. Gather the following adventure cards. Yeah. Okay, cool. Basically, there's a way to get extra adventure cards, but not really relevant because right now we have adventure cards, which means this can go off to the side, and we can start this phase over here, where we're going to assign 4 characters to each of us. This can go into our pool of adventure cards off to the side over here. And we're going to go ahead and shuffle this character deck and give a bunch of characters to all of us. So we're going to go ahead and do, let's do it on the side so you can see these. We're going to do 1, we're going to do 2, and we're going to do 3, and then we're going to do 4. Okay, that's going to be over here. So we have these characters over here as far as, I don't know how well you can see them. I might zoom out the camera, but so you could see. You know what, I might just stack them like this. Let's stack it like this. So we're going to stack them so you can see all their stats. Up here, we got 1, 2, 3, and 4 for the upper 4 characters there. Then we're going to go ahead and shuffle up again. And I just do the shuffling just because I have all these cards that aren't being used, and then the cards that are being used as I play, and I'm always wary that they can stack into the same pool as I go through it. So I always just go ahead and continue to pull out from them. I'm going to go ahead and do it like this, and we're going to grab ahead a card and see what we got. And we're going to grab another card. These are all initials. You don't have a good hand over here. That's all initials. We're going to go ahead and pull a card over here. We're going to pull another card over here. We're going to pull another card over here. And then another card over here. No good cards on this side. No good cards. All initials. Those are not even from the week 2 or anything like that. We're going to go ahead and draw another card over here. That's going to be at least a week 1 character. We have another card for another initial. We're going to draw another card. We got at least a week 1 character. Give me a hero. Come on, give me a hero. We have a hero. Perfect. Okay, so at least we have 2 heroes. We have all these cards over here. I want to get the deck more weeded down so we can more reliably draw as much as we can, but there's never a guarantee. But at least you can up the level of heroes. Now we try to pull these out and try to figure out what we want over here. Generally, if we can get three NPCs, we can draw a loot card. I do like drawing new NPCs in general. It gives us more flexibility. Plus, it gives us better characters as far as their stats. Like this guy's going to give us twice the stats of a basic guy. So let's see if we can get our hands on him. Right about now, we also want a 5 eyesight character. We don't have a 5 eyesight character, unfortunately, so that won't help. But let's see if we can get this guy. We need a handshake and 3... Okay, this guy over here, so we're going to take this guy and this guy is going to combine. We're going to have these 2 stats over here, the military and the handshake, and that's going to allow us to put the cubes. Well, we don't need to put cubes. We can just go ahead and, I guess we do have to put cubes. Where do the cubes go? I don't know where the cubes go. We're just going to take them. We're going to take them. We're going to put them over here. We're going to put them into the discard pile. That's going to be these 2 paying for that. Then we can put these into the discard pile as well. Now, we do need to pay the rest of these before we go to anything else. These 6 over here could be enough to get Ixit out of Mad Nightmares, which is not bad. Let's me straight up get that person. You know what? We're going to go ahead and take her. We're going to take Ixia of Mad Nightmares, and that's going to be done. So we have another week 2 mercenary. If we can get 1 more, we'll draw a free loot card. So, which next one do we want to get our hands on? We have 4 book power and 2 sword fight. That means this person over here will allow us, the Archangel, Ascaron the Archangel, will allow us to get Galandar the Weapon Dancer offhand. So we will do of that. And by the way, am I missing anything else? Let me just make sure I'm not missing any stats over here. I don't think so. That's one I just got. These are all initials. Yeah, these are all initials. Okay, so we're going to use Galandar to go ahead and get this one, which means we're going to draw a loot card because of that. So we're going to go ahead and draw a loot card. We got another ruby. I don't know if we're supposed to know that yet, but that's fine. I'm okay with that. And we could draw another person if we want, but I think I'm going to avoid doing so. Okay, so we're going to try to do now is I want to definitely get more cards. Remove 3 cards from your character Iron Hand deck. Definitely want to do that if we can. The next level of that, I wonder what the next level of my Iron Hand decks are. Let me go ahead and take a look. So over here, we have our next Iron Hand is going to be Iron Hand Outpost 4, remove 4 cards. So we definitely want to improve the next Iron Hand Outpost. That's going to give us a lot more deck weeding. And so we already can put 6 cubes here, which is good. So we need a lot of, well, those particular symbols. Let's take a look at what we have over here as far as these go. So these ones over here, we have 3 military and 3 eyesight. Those will help us for there, but we'd still need 3 more military, which is not enough. So I think we're going to go ahead and use this guy to straight up put 2 cubes down on this pool over here. And then we have handshakes and handshakes. So we have double handshakes over here we can utilize. And so we're going to use our handshakes to go ahead and put 2 cubes down either on the Natural Lab 2 or on the Weapon Shop 1. Natural Lab 2 will allow us to draw some weapons, archer weapons. This will allow us to draw melee weapons. Exchange 1 item for any other item. Change 3 loot cards. It's not bad. And this one allows us to... I do like both of these, but I think I'm going to go ahead and move up 1 on this track over here. So we're going to go ahead and put 2 cubes there, and that's these guys all gone, which means we have 2 more hands left to resolve as far as how we assign these. Let's try to figure out if there's a way we can use Succubus over here. Succubus has 5 handshakes and 4 eyeballs, which is not really helping us. The 4 eyeballs, the 5 handshakes, they don't really pair up nicely as far as those. We could do handshakes and eyeballs can go over here, so we could do 2 over there. I guess we'll just use her to put 2 cubes down over here, because that's the best we can do over there. And then over here we have handshakes, and none of these are primary handshakes, unfortunately. So we're not really getting loot cards, unfortunately, not unless we try to figure out a way around this. So, but right now we could do the military might from this card. Oh, quest power. Or draw a card. Another player discards a card, then draws a card. Oh, I like that. Or +2 of any 1 ability that conquers an NPC, put 1 on a structure. That's pretty cool. I like that. So if we have a handshake, so if we do this over here, so ready, if we do this, 3, and so we're going to go ahead and do the 3 handshakes, which would be relevant there, +2, which is going to give us, although I think we're just paying for people we're going to weed out later. So I should have been looking at this earlier to see if there's a better way to have played with that. putting one in a structure is good. But I guess I have time. I mean, I have time. Change a played card's produces ability to another, gains +1. I do like that. Okay, we're going to go ahead and play this over here. So we're going to play this card plus this over here, which is going to give us this in our pile over here, but also lets us place one on any structure, and we're going to go ahead and do this one, because we're trying to spend 1 cube to upgrade this, and then at least as many as possible to, you know, remove 4 cards in the character deck. So we're going to try to weed out like 8 initials if possible. Yeah, I think we should be able to do that. We should be able to remove out 8 initial characters if we're able to do this correctly. And then we have this one, this military might over here, which is going to put another one over here. So we're just loading those up, which means if we can get 2 more cubes on this, we should be fine. But we still need to be able to actually upgrade this, which we have enough. We already have enough to upgrade that, so I'm okay with that. We're gonna focus heavily on weeding the decks. But in that case, we have these over here. We have put 1 on 2 different structures. That's not bad at all. And then we have military might over here. The tricky part is we're gonna get no loot cards. None whatsoever, but I think we're fine with that. So we're going to go ahead and do this ability, which says you put 1 on 2 different structures. So we're going to put 1 over here, and then 1 over, I guess here, just in case. Why not? That should be useful. We give us some options and flexibility. Okay, so we're going to do that. Then, over here, we have to put at least 1 more on this over here. So we'll do that +3 over here from this, which will be another cube over there. And that puts us at our 6 cubes that we need. We don't even need 6 cubes. We only need 5 cubes. 1 second. Let's hold up. 5 cubes. 1 lets you upgrade the structure, and then 4 more lets us weed things out. I'm fine with that. I don't need more than that. So in this case, I kind of want to see if we could benefit from going up there. I don't think we can. We can get a single loot card, which is just not great, honestly. A single loot card, or we can just guarantee things down here. So can we go ahead and put more things out? This one would be an eyeball, so we can put an eyeball over here, so that's going to go away there. We can put another 2. This one over here, exchange 1 item for any other item one. That's not going to help us over here. And will just those 2 help us? Handshake and military might. Well, I could do when I did the 2 on structures, I could put the other one over here, and then I could do the handshake here and the military might here. That should work. Okay. So we are done on the sorting over there, which means now it's time to resolve everything. We didn't get any loot cards there, which is weird. Usually I go heavily on those, but I'm not doing it right now, so it is what it is. We're going to go ahead and continue. But right now, that means we already resolved the NPCs. We drew loot cards. We got 4 NPCs, which is nice. And now we can resolve all these. First thing we're going to do is we're going to return 1 cube plus 3 iron plus 2 wood. That's going to go into our discarded loot pile over here. That's going to allow us to upgrade this to the level 4, which is going to give us the Iron Hand Outpost level 4, which means we put level 3 away. That's going to allow us to improve the quality of the weapons for the characters that we have 2 of. There's a reason we're ramping that up, because we're trying to ramp that up so we can improve from the abilities of those. And then we can also now spend 2 and 2 to remove 4 cards from our character deck. We're going to do that twice. So we're going to move 8 cards from our character deck, which means we're grabbing 8 initials. We're going to grab 1 over here, 2. We're going to grab, let's see, all the basic ones as much as possible. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 8. Let's go with. So we have 8 cards gone from our initials over here. We'll have to put these off to the side somewhere else. But that brings our deck down to a manageable 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. That's not bad. That gives us a lot of control over the... We're drawing 16 every single time, and we've improved drastically the amount, the quality of the cards in our pool. So we're able to do that, which means now we can go ahead and we can resolve these other things over here. So I kind of want to improve the... We need to get more, well, things in general. That's the tricky part over here. I could use my first 2. I could draw 2 heroes and add 1 to my character deck, which is good for better stats, but I don't know if I need to right now. I might just use this to just draw resources right now and focus on things later. So I'm going to use these 4 over here to draw 2 rubies. So we're going to go on through the deck over here. I'm going to draw 2 rubies, 1 and 2. And then similarly over here I'd need wood and stuff, and I don't think that works for me right now. So I think I'm just going to buy 2 wood and just go with some wood over here. So I'm going to put that into play over there. And that should do it over there. So we got specific wood. We've added that to our pool, and I think we're good. So that's what we have. That's what we have as far as these new resources over here. So we're walking into the next round. I could draw more weapons. I'm not going to bother. I'm going to build up some resources so we walk into the next opportunity with more stuff to basically spend. Although the next city phase is after the world phase, so it's actually going to take a little bit of time until we spend that, but I'm still going to stick with that. And that means that we do have to go ahead with an Iron Hand Outpost upgrade, because even though we're not adding more characters, I do have to improve the decks of my Bruiser and War, whatever they are, the two people who have those stats over there. I need to improve their decks, which I'm going to do on my side, which brings us to a close over here. We have 2 quests to go on. We have Relic Hunters Guild, and we have Counter Espionage. I don't know which one I'm going to do next time I dive into it, but I'll see you again in 2 weeks, and the next time, after the next phase, we're going to do the world phase instead, which is slightly different as far as the implementation, but also very rewarding in terms of just the things you're doing. It has a lot of effects. Lots of effects we haven't talked about. That is basically it. That is going to be the next gameplay of Tanares Adventures, diving into, I don't remember what it's called anymore, Captain My Captain. Diving into Captain My Captain, going through all that, and until next time, I'm Alex Radcliffe from Board Game Co. I hope you enjoyed this video, and as always, I hope you have a good one.